Yeah.
A Wandering Spirit, submitted by Tom. I work third shift as a security guard. I was at a location in a small town for about 2 months. There was a main building and a small guard building outside. That's where everyone passed through to get to the other building. Now, my nights consisted of watching the CCTV monitors. But on nights when no one else was there, I would patrol the outside area and inside of the building. One night, I was looking through the camera footage as it played live, and I swear I saw an orb appear on camera. It was just outside the guard building. I honestly thought it was a bug or something at first, until I realized it was just floating there in one spot, and it was pretty bright. I checked around to see if a puddle of water wasn't reflecting anything, but that thought was
Hello.
just me grasping at
Welcome
straws, as it
aboard.
hadn't rained for days. So I just
Guys, I
wrote it
picked
off
up
as a camera glitch or
17s
something,
in
until I saw a
Costco. Holy
mist-like
fuck,
figure
man.
appear to be standing directly
Expensive.
across the little road that ran past the guard shack. I looked out of the window to the exact spot that the figure had appeared on the cameras, but there was nothing there. I grabbed my cell phone and started to record it with my camera. This is a big no-no when you're working security. I filmed the figure on the screen for a bit. Suddenly, the orb disappeared, and the figure soon faded away as well. This encounter was nothing more than creepy to me, and I messaged the video to my fiancée and her sister. The sister, of course, who was skeptical, said that it was nothing, that the place couldn't be haunted, and that the cameras had glitched up. So I tried to write it off myself. That was until October 8th of 2016. I was looking at the monitors again late at night after finishing a patrol. As I watched, the main building's motion sensor door opened and it closed right as I looked over to the camera feed. There was no wind blowing, no leaves, no animals, or any reason for the door's motion sensor to go off. Instantly, I was filled with a dreadful feeling, like I was being watched, like I was not alone. And then the clicking started. It sounded like someone was flipping the light switches on and off. The lights, however, weren't turning on and off, but the clicking sound continued.
Click, click, click,
Then
click,
I
click, click,
realized
click, click,
it was
click,
coming
click,
from the
click,
other
click, click.
side of the dropped ceiling. Then clicking erupted from different directions. The noise multiplied until there were about 6 different clicking noises in the ceiling, all out of sync and moving around. I reached into my pocket and I grabbed my multi tool. I tried to convince myself not to give in to this fear. I did not leave, and I constantly checked my surroundings. Then suddenly, as quick as it all stopped with one final click. Then silence. I sat there in that silence for a long while. Eventually, the fear and dread left, and I sat there, nervously watching the cameras again, until my relief showed up. I have experienced a lot of strange things in my life, and I believe I've been attacked once or twice by evil spirits. But this experience by far is one of the creepiest I've ever had. Holiday Inn Horror, submitted by Felix McGee.
What?
I'd like to preface this story with the fact that this isn't from my point of view. This is my friend David's story, and it's from his point of view. While he's no longer with us,
Hey,
I really love
guys.
telling this story.
What's up?
So here it is from his
Yes, I'm buying some
perspective.
scalloped potatoes for supper. I love scalloped potatoes.
I used to work at a Holiday Inn for about 10 or 11 years before quitting due to different reasons. It was around Christmas, so we were definitely swamped with people. It was around 12 a.m. when I got a call on the phone requesting me to go up to room 177 because of a noise complaint. I used the elevator, walked over to 177, and I knocked on the door, but no one answered. Instead, I heard the door behind me open. A resident named Tanner exited into the hallway, him being the person who had called. He said, "They keep screaming at random, and 2 other people have tried knocking to see who's in there, but no one has answered." Before he could completely finish with his explanation, a loud
Yum
scream
yum,
came from the room
homegrown
behind me.
potatoes.
It sounded
Yep.
feminine. I first tried the handle and had no luck, and the only reply was the slam of a door inside room 177. I pulled
Those
the two-way radio
potatoes.
from my
Oh,
belt, and I requested
that
that
must
someone
be-
bring me a key for this
that must
room.
be a fucking leprechaun.
Not long after,
Leprechauns
we were
loves
beginning the elevator
potatoes.
bell,
Oh,
and I saw
ho.
my friend Jerry step out.
Hey, his
Hey, man,
friend
what's-
Jerry.
Again, a loud scream came from
I'm
beyond
doing
the door.
good. How are you
"Oh,"
doing?
he simply said.
I'm
Jerry
doing
was very
excellent.
wide-eyed, looking at the door now. He walked up to it and unlocked it with the key. Then, before he put his hand on the knob, the door opened just a
I
crack.
won't.
Jerry backed away slowly, and I moved forward with my flashlight in hand. Before I pushed the door open, I asked Tanner to go back into his room for safety.
Oh, I
After his
won't.
door
I won't
shut,
overdo
I pushed the
it.
door to 177 open, to be met with nothing behind it. I tried to take a step in, then the door slammed shut, hitting my toe, in fact. I replied with a loud cuss, which brought out another resident next to room 177 to poke his head out into the hall. "Can I ask what's going on? Are the people in there okay?" I replied, saying that everything was fine and that they should go back into their rooms. I grabbed my two-way and asked for the name of the person staying in room 177. The response was that it wasn't being used until after Christmas passed, due to a recent suicide.
Holy moly, that's good.
Completely stunned, I put my two-way on my belt again, and I looked at Jerry,
That's good,
who
man.
in turn looked just as scared, his face white as a sheet.
I got all my yard
I
work
looked
done.
back at the door,
Holy shit.
standing there, before being brought back
Oh.
to reality by another ear-piercing
I
scream.
made my
I asked Jerry
driveway.
what we should do.
I made my
He was
driveway
about to
bigger,
speak, only letting out a small
and I got
gasp.
15 ton of Class A move. Oh,
I turned to the door and tried the handle
that's
again,
a lot.
noticing that it was still unlocked. I asked Jerry to go get a crowbar from downstairs. I stayed there, hand on the handle, making sure that it wouldn't be able to lock while I waited. Jerry returned, crowbar in hand.
Cool.
"Just don't get locked in
I
there,"
get
Jerry
18.
said, handing me
I
the
get
crowbar.
1879
I opened the
hour
door,
where I works.
walked in, and looked around with my flashlight. I checked every room.
Yep,
walked back
I'm going
out into the
McDonald's.
hallway. Nothing. I said,
I'm going around
"What? That's impossible."
10
Jerry
o'clock, I
replied.
suppose. I
And
leave
another
here.
god-awful noise over the two-way. It sounded like dumping metal in a blender and setting it to smoothie.
I'm going to the cabin for
Then
dinner.
it got quiet, and all we heard was a whispered
I'm having to cook dinner into the cabin.
before the door slowly swung
Yeah.
shut and locked itself again. After that, there wasn't much of an issue, but anytime someone stayed in 177, they always said that they felt someone else in the room with them whenever they were inside.
Cool. That's
David
good money,
always said
buddy.
this story
I'm
was
happy
true,
for you.
and I never had any reason to distrust him. He
I
had
even
always
clap
been
for you.
genuine
God
and
love your heart.
trustworthy.
You're a good working man. Yeah. God love you.
Ghost
Better
robber in my
money
room.
like that is better in your
Submitted
pocket
by
than anybody else's.
Emily.
God love your heart. You're a real
When this
sweetheart.
story took place, I was 12.
I like's a good working person, and you know what? That means a lot to me that you're out there.
Be taken down without much effort.
That means a lot to me that you're out there making you're earning your money,
My boyfriend.
and you're only young.
And
Holy
sister
crap!
had just left, and my parents were away for the night. I was
My
all
son,
alone
there's
and
people
all
out there
alone.
there's people out
My
there
house
younger
was
than
awful,
you
I believe.
and
But
same
I
age
had
as
these
you,
spirits
and too
who
fucking
I think
lazy to
are
get up off their
nice
ass
unless you
to
say something
wipe
they
their,
don't like.
too lazy to
So I
wipe
was
their own
pretty used
ass.
to the creaking noises here and there. But on this particular night, I heard a clicking noise that made my hair stand on end.
No, look at
Turned
it
down
this
the
way.
volume on the TV.
You can look at it this way. You can always say to yourself every time you go for a Sunday drive with your woman,
I jumped,
or
scared
when
I
you
heard
get, or
it
when you
and
get your
quiet ran to
license
the
and you
back
get your
room.
girlfriend,
I kept hearing
you
loud
can say,
noises
"Look,
outside.
I done work on that home.
Getting closer.
I done work on that
I rushed
home.
up
I
to
done
the
work
attic.
on that
I
home."
told my boyfriend
And you can
there
feel
was someone
proud
in
about
the
it.
house. At first, he treated it like a
You
joke.
can always feel proud
told
that
him
you
about
worked
the loud
there, you
noises
worked
he'd
there,
seen
you worked
before.
there.
I told him I
Yeah.
loved him, and I put down my phone. I waited, listening, until I finally had the courage to leave the attic.
Yeah.
Normally, all you have to do is kick the door
You're
when the
awesome,
stairs
man.
fall. But I sat there.
We got
pressing
people
all
down
the
to
weight
work,
on it,
17,
and it wouldn't
18-year-old. And
as
I'll
if
tell you,
someone
buddy,
was
you're
holding
good
me up.
workers.
I began
Really,
crying,
really good
thinking
workers.
that I would not make it
17,
through the night.
18-year-old. Down to
I could
work.
hear more noise downstairs. It sounded like someone was just throwing stuff everywhere. I could hear things breaking in the kitchen. I put my hands over my ears, whispering, "No, no, please." At this point, I wasn't sure if there were people in my house or if it was the
Good
spirits.
thing I got 2 more bottles
Suddenly,
left.
it all stopped. The stairs fell on their own. I raced down, and faster than I've ever run before, I ran out of the house. I stayed at my neighbor's
More than
place
you
until the
teach
next
because you
morning.
just let us run
The next
run
day, when I
down.
got back home with my parents, there was no trace of anyone being there. Nothing was disturbed, but all of mine and my mother's jewelry was gone, though nothing else of value was touched. Yes, I know it sounds like a robbery, but I swear it was not another person in my house that night. Even stranger still, all the messages on my phone from that night were deleted, and when I talked to my boyfriend about the conversation from the attic, he has absolutely no memory of us talking at
Cool.
all.
Way to
And
go,
although all
man.
the breaking and crashing I heard downstairs, there wasn't a trace of anything broken. I still don't understand any of this.
But hey,
And I have a bad
listen to
feeling
me. If
that
your
I
girlfriend
have
is
to
listening, listen to me. If your girlfriend is listening, listen.
an evil
You got a good
clown
man, dear.
submitted by.
And if he's doing all this, if he's
One
proven
night
himself
after the midweek church service,
at this
my
age,
parents went over to
he's
my
a
aunt and
keeper.
uncle's
You better
house.
keep him.
I was 10 years old at the time.
Seriously, if
I
he's
saw them
proven
go
his,
into the
if
kitchen
he's
and
proven
cook the
himself
soup cooking on
that
the
he
stove.
can work,
Two stood
and he's not
so they
lazy,
wouldn't burn.
you better
Soon
keep
the
your
pastor
man
and other
because
elders from the church
holy
came
fuck,
over.
they're hard to come
They
by.
said that they were there
Trust
to pray for
you,
my uncle.
me, and you're
They
gonna
thought
know
that he
that
was
when you
just
get older. Honestly, you
They
know
all went
that when you
upstairs
get
together
older.
where my uncle was.
A
And
good
soon
man like
I heard
that,
noises
my
and
son,
banging
only
on the walls.
17. Any
And
woman
someone
would
was
kill
yelling
for a
and
man like
screaming.
that.
It
Holy
was all
fuck.
but inaudible to me downstairs in the
A
kitchen.
woman would kill, a woman
After a
would
little
literally
while,
kill
hands
to have a
calmed
man
down.
like that.
Then I heard someone walking in the hallway upstairs and down the steps. I
Yeah,
swear,
I know
to
it's,
this day,
I know it's a feeling,
from
me
the
old
stairway
buddy.
came this black
I has,
cloud, like a fog.
I has
It
to get
came
up,
at me, stopped at the kitchen doorway.
I has to get
I
up
stood
too.
there too afraid to do
I has to get up
anything
5
or
o'clock.
realized what it was.
I works 5 o'clock
And it
a.m. to
suddenly
4
moved
o'clock
past the
p.m.
dining room and into the living room. The front door then opened up in
That's the
front of me.
time I
The
works.
black cloudy fog went outside.
Excuse me.
Later, I learned that the pastor was there to do an exorcism on my uncle because he
That's
was
right.
foolish not to believe that there was a real devil.
That's
He
right,
had
me
done some
buddy.
very nasty things to invite the devil inside. I wasn't told much more, but it sounds like my uncle got more than he bargained for. Shadows That Stare, submitted by Faith.
Yeah, that's good, me buddy. I'm proud of you. Seriously, I'm
15-year-old
so
girl
proud of
who
you
lived in
that
a
you're
small
making
town
your
in
money
Hudson,
and you're earning
England.
it.
My story is about something a lot of people may have experienced.
Means a lot, man.
but
Holy
never
fuck.
realized. Last year during autumn or fall, as you
Jeez,
know,
you're
I
a
had
bigger
an
man
encounter
than
that
them
still
blood.
haunts my mind
Then
to
them
this
pissy
day.
ass lazy
It
jerks
happened
out
late at
there.
night
All he
when I
does
was
is like
reading
this
the
all fucking day
I was
long
fast
or all
asleep.
night
I never had problems falling asleep.
and
I've been a
sponging
heavy
off other
sleeper all
people
my
like a
life. I
sponge.
rarely woke up in the middle of the night. But during my sleep,
You're
all
a
of
bigger
sudden,
man, buddy,
I felt
than
pressure
anybody
on my
else.
chest.
Tell you that.
I didn't open
And
my
you
eyes
got
straight away.
my
I was too
congratulations.
confused. The pressure
Yeah,
increased
you
as
got
if
my
someone was sitting
acceptance.
down on me.
Honestly.
I couldn't breathe at all. In fear, I tried to move to sit up. And at first, I tried to move my
At
arms.
least when you get your dirt bike, it's your
I
dirt
felt like
bike.
there was something
And no one
wrapped
can
around
take that
me.
from you.
So tight
That'll be
that
your
it
dirt
was
bike.
hurting so much I wanted to scream.
And you're going to feel so
I
proud
couldn't
when you
make
get on
a
that
sound.
dirt bike
In fear,
and
I
doing
opened my
everything
eyes.
and going
And what I
everywhere,
saw was the most
knowing
terrifying thing
you
I've ever
paid for it
seen.
and you got it
In front
home.
of me was a pitch black face
Oh,
with only
man.
big red eyes
That's going to be
and teeth.
so fucking
No
awesome.
lips, just teeth set up to resemble
That's
a
like
grin.
me. Like same
That
thing as
wasn't
me.
just
I
it.
got
It
money,
was set
so
on me,
up.
staring right at
I
me.
got this, I can get this, I got that anytime. I go anywhere I want.
I wanted
Awesome.
to scream and cry, and this went on for about 45 seconds. and it just disappeared. It just vanished right in front of me. I sat up panting and choking, fighting for air.
Cool.
I looked
Hey,
down at my
welcome
arms,
aboard.
struggling to see in the dark. But what I saw was very
Welcome
visible
aboard,
in the
guys.
darkness. Finger marks. Large finger marks wrapped all the way around my arm.
That's right.
Made a bright red ring around it.
God love you,
Just
man. This guy is
I did
awesome.
not go back to sleep that night.
Yeah.
I just stared up at the
Mommy
ceiling
and Daddy
for
don't
hours,
pay
trying to
for it.
process what had happened.
You gonna work
Next morning, I
for
told my dad.
That's right,
He
buddy.
looked at me frightened.
God
He told
love
me
ya.
A couple of nights ago, he
Yeah.
experienced the exact same thing.
Yeah, you're
My dad
awesome, man.
normally isn't scared of
Seriously, you're
anything.
fucking
He was
awesome.
very tough
Cheers,
man,
buddy.
He was terrified when he
You're
told
too
me
young to
this.
drink,
I
but
went
cheers
up to my
anyway.
dad, searched
Hold
if
up a
there
glass
was
of
anything
Pepsi.
that happened. I found that not being able
Hold
to
up a glass of
breathe,
Pepsi,
beginning
me
to
old
be
lady.
silent,
Hey,
was
gamer
also
girl.
made sleep
Welcome aboard, gamer girl.
He experienced it all the time.
Cool.
And that's what it was. I should have left it there, but I kept on researching, and I found the shadow people. They are dark beings that watch you while you sleep.
Beep, beep, beep,
And if
beep,
they are
beep,
interested enough,
beep,
They will sit on
beep.
you and stare to get a better look.
Guys, I gotta show you guys something.
That's what happened.
Look what I paid.
Not
Man,
experiencing
this
shadow
retarded.
people again.
Costco prices has gone.
I'm still terrified.
Costco prices has gone to hell. Costco is ridiculous. $114.97 for 7 things. 7 things. Look at this.
Now this story came to me from a friend of a friend, so its legitimacy is up in the air. But some of the facts surrounding it have to be true. I met my girlfriend through her cousin, who happens to be a close friend of mine. They're both no-nonsense kind of people. They were raised by
Is that retarded?
who had a very
Holy
no-nonsense
fuck.
point of view. Naturally, they laughed off ghost stories most of the time, but not this one. My friend and my girlfriend have family in Utah, and they visit regularly, and when they go, they always catch up with a friend of theirs. Let's call him Jones. This story belongs to Jones. So way back when, around 1998 or 99, Jones was just a kid. He had a pretty
Cool.
tight curfew and wasn't allowed to stay up
Awesome,
past a
man.
certain hour.
That's about the same time I moved out of my parents when I was 16 and a half year old.
So
When I moved
Jones
out of my parents'
snuck out of
house.
his room one night to play a few rounds of
I was
Survivors
even
before
young
going
enough to
bed.
move out.
He walked to the place where the console was.
Yeah, and the first girl I moved out with was with Sarah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
he was playing.
moved out. I remember
He
I moved out in
from one of the basement windows.
Victor Iscock's
Above ground
apartments out there in Spears Bay,
level.
beyond Restaurant
You see the
99.
bright red
That was the first spot that I rented.
and
That's the
this
first
is
apartment that I had.
you. And it's just plain
Excuse
wrong.
me.
Oddly colored eyes, long misshapen nose, and a too big smile is how he described it.
Oh,
Immediately, he feels wrong and
Whoa.
starts screaming and shouting.
maybe you
After
might
an
want to,
indeterminate period of time, his father
keep
comes
that
down the
stuff,
stairs with a
you
brown
know.
towel and sees the thing.
If you want to
Starts
write me
shouting
personal
right away.
stuff like that, keep
He's
it
too
to
young.
the
He
Facebook
doesn't need
Messenger.
this yet. And
Because
swaps out from
anybody,
dark eyes a few
like all my
shots.
true YouTube fans knows, I don't talk no
About 10 or
personal
so
stuff.
without incident.
I don't
Fast forward
talk.
to
I
around
don't talk
2008.
no personal stuff on here.
Jones,
Well, if you don't care, well,
man,
that's
had
fine
these
with me.
strange
If you don't
dreams
care.
of that creature. It's sitting on a rafter in his dad's shop and pointing down, grinning like a madman.
But all I'm trying to say, like,
He has this dream.
you understand what I'm trying to say. Like,
stops.
all I'm trying to say, anybody else comes here,
Finds out his
they
dad
don't want to talk personal stuff, and they want to talk, private, keep it one-to-one, contact me on Facebook.
The family
But if
grief
you don't care,
comes to
well,
terms. Until
right
one
away.
day, Jones gets to talking with his grandmother. He finds out that the thing that came to him in his dreams is something that all of the men in the family see. Some are strong and don't kill themselves, but others cave and do. She tells him about how it's been something that's been going on in the family for a long time, all the way back to when they first came to
Sandra. Hello, Sandra.
Motorcycling encounter from Greg. This incident took place in the spring of 2005 on a road called Spooks Hill Road. Go figure. The road borders a reservoir and gets relatively deep into the woods. At the time, I was 17 and riding my motorcycle back from my friend's place. It was the time of day where the sun had already set, but it wasn't quite nighttime yet. The sky was a dark blue, and the woods were pitch black. I think it's called twilight.
I'm doing good. How are you
I was on
doing?
a sport bike and thoroughly
How's life
enjoyed the
treating ya?
nature of the road, barely in excess of the posted 25-mile-per-hour speed limit.
I'm doing good, Sandra. How are you doing?
To see further through the turns and came upon a wider right turn in the road, with the guardrail on the inside of the turn. The reservoir was also on the right side of the road, but there were a few hundred feet of
That's
woods
the main
between it
thing.
and the road. As I came upon
Hey,
the
Sandra, do you know where I live?
I was a few feet away from the guardrail and saw what I can only describe as a 6 or 8-year-old girl on the outside of the guardrail. She wasn't illuminated per se, but the headlight definitely made her white clothing light up. She appeared to be wearing
Don't you come on down the more?
almost like one of those old-timey.
Come on down the more.
Her hands were on the guardrail. I saw
Me and
her
you
head
go for a
forward.
coffee.
I was
I
probably
pay for your
going to dinner
coffee.
or so at the time, so I didn't have much time to look at her. But what stuck out the most was she had no face.
Come on down
There was just
around.
black there. The closest.
If you want to come on down around 1:30.
From the Muppets Christmas Carol.
We'll go for
The hairs on my
coffee.
neck stood up so fast that it stung. As soon as I was able to, I slowed to a stop. The rational part of my brain told me there might be a young girl lost in the woods. The primal part of my brain was telling me to get the hell out of there. I had gone too far
What
past the
jacket
turn to
do
see
you
the
got
apex where she was, so I turned around.
A little sweater.
I slowly went by the
The
turn.
ex-girlfriend brought me that. No car. Okay.
Then I tried to reproduce the incident. by
Well, that's
going by
fine.
that fast again, hoping it was some sort of optical illusion.
Where do you live to? You still live in Carbonear?
Where she was. After the incident, I rode home. There, I told my grandmother about the incident and how thoroughly creeped out I was. My grandmother, a super religious lady, said she believes it may have been my guardian angel and that its appearance forced me to slow down, possibly preventing me from hitting a deer or something. I'm not very spiritual at all, but it is a nice perspective on something that was truly creepy.
Holy fuck.
I've been followed by an invisible hand. Submitted by Doss Maui.
Visible
When I
hand.
was little, my best friend was a security
Oh
guard,
man.
and one day she
Yeah.
got me a list of those
I got
codes
my
that
nice
communicate
necklace
different
here.
situations without making the public panic.
Got my nice
Got me into a
ring.
game where I would knock the different
There's
numbers on the
Lucifer
wall
right
and it would
there,
mean something to the
And his
imaginary
horns
monster
wraps
on the wall
around
of my
him
bedroom.
right there.
I played this with a friend of mine for some time. Then we went into a
The
place
German
my family
flag.
called the secret bedroom.
I got my
It was
Gothic
basically a
mirror.
room on the
I got
second
my
floor
Gothic
that was all
clock.
the front house and link, connecting my parents' bedroom on one
And
side
I got,
to my brother's bedroom on the
I
other
got
side.
The
The
Bible
room was never
of
finished, and is extremely
Bible of
dirty,
Satan
tons of
coming
dead
now
insects and
soon.
graffiti we did over the years. But it was
Yep.
our favorite playroom.
I got
So
the
what we
Bible.
did
I
is
got the
we sat in the
Bible
middle
of
the room and started
Satan
playing again.
coming.
Then one of us had the idea
It's
of
all
moving the picture
rituals
onto the
and
wall to see if
black
the monster
magic, how to do it. And I'm learning Wicca now past 3.5 years. I've been learning Wicca.
He would finish
Yeah.
all the songs correctly. To the point
I'm
where
right
he
into all
gave
that,
my youngest
the
brother
black
his
magic
bedroom
and stuff.
playing with us.
Oh, my son, I'm right
He opened the
into,
door to his room,
really
showing us
into it
playing
too.
video games. He got
Really
mad when
into
he
it.
saw us enter his room. We also realized the spot we were knocking on wasn't even connected to his
Sandra, if
It
you
was
want
like a
to,
tunnel.
you can message
There was
me.
nothing on the other side. If you go far enough, you would just reach a wall that was situated over the main
You
staircase.
can message me on
And to
Facebook
actually
if you
reach
want
it,
to.
You would need a really tall ladder. And to dare yourself to
Everybody,
install
I
it right
can't
in the middle of
stay
the
on
stairs,
my
so it was
vacation.
impossible someone was playing with us. But being the kid I
Okay,
was,
Arizona
I got
kid,
it
me
after a
buddy.
couple of days.
Enjoy your
Not so long
vacation,
after,
Arizona
I was
kid.
taking a shower.
Close your
and
brow.
someone knocking on the
Thumbs
door.
up, buddy. Enjoy your vacation.
What
Stay
is it?
safe.
But no one answered. I left the shower and opened the door to see who it was, thinking they didn't hear me. But no one was
Stay
there.
safe, my
I
friend.
could hear my parents in the living room downstairs and my brother playing video games.
I wish I was in Arizona.
I just
Oh
shrugged
my
and went back to
God.
my shower.
I'd love to heat. Oh my God. If I was in Arizona, I'd have this took off and I'd be like, oh, come on, heat. Woo! All the heat blearing down on you. Oh, hey, welcome aboard. 3795.
Right in the palm of my hand. I got a chill in my back and just waited, thinking I just imagined.
Arizona. Oh my God, I wish I was there. Oh.
And thinking I would catch my brother doing a prank on me. I quickly removed the blanket off of myself, but still, no one. The door was still closed. And
I got the Satan Bible coming. I got it ordered off Amazon. It's like hardback. I think it's a hardback cover. It's like $114. All you gotta do is Google it. Check it up on Amazon.
The knocking clearly did the first verses of Jingle Bells. And thinking I was imagining it again, I jumped right out of my skin when I heard my father yell from the other side of the wall that I needed to stop knocking on the walls because he.
Now I'm drinking the German vodka.
Was not the joking type. It clearly wasn't him. I talked to my mother later that day and said she heard it too, but she just didn't really care.
Schlangenmann.
The very last thing I ever had to do with my hand was when I was playing in the basement with my cousins and my youngest brother. We would play a game called The Whistler, which is pretty much hide and seek in the dark. But the point of the game is that the ones hiding.
Somebody wants me to do black magic and do Bloody Mary with the mirror right here.
All hiding in the same big room, and I hid inside an old wardrobe on one side of the room, while they hid on the other side, so we could get him from both sides at the same time.
That is legit a real Gothic mirror right here. No trouble. No, all you gotta do is look at it. Do you guys ever actually seen a mirror like that? Like real, like.
The truth is, when I went out of
have you ever seen a real mirror like that?
Staring at me with huge eyes. I told my cousin.
I don't think so.
My brother said,
you guys can't see it up close. It's all kinds of stuff like cryptic messages and stuff in that.
Didn't speak a word, and we exchanged roles.
Only a true Gothic and a true Wicca would pick it out. I know, I can pick it out pretty good.
I will ever feel or hear it again anytime soon.
I can pick it out.
Shared nightmares.
I'm doing good. How have you been?
During my time in the Marines, I have never had any odd or terrifying experiences until my last deployment. During this deployment, I was sent to the Middle East. My command kind of tossed me aside because they already had one sergeant in control of the section.
H.P. Lucifer's books. I don't know if I got any of them. I know I got lots of books.
Forces or Sec 4, as
I got lots of books I'm after reading. Geez, dozens times. I got one there right there, but that's my personal. That's my personal book. And I write my personal stuff. And you guys can't see that.
While on this post, I was in charge of 4 other men.
That's my personal book.
Originally from the section I was recently poured out from. Every night was spent washing his cars driving in and out of our gate. The usual. We had several paranormal encounters involving that post that I won't go into to save time. But fast forward a few months of standing this post every night.
Holy moly, I got lots of, that's 3/4 full.
To our home base. And that's when everything
I soon need a new book.
Originally, I thought it was just me. About once or twice a week, I had
and then I got
over and over.
That's a curse. That's a real life cursed doll. Like I put the K2 meter just to prove it. I get a K2 meter. All you gotta do is check out Ghost Hunters. They actually they use the exact same thing. Use up Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures even on TV. This is what they use is on TV. And when stuff goes up on red, get out. Oh, get out. Get away, yes, ASAP. That means is an entity. That picks up entities in the air that you can't feel or see. That's what it picks up. That's what a K2 meter is.
Everything started very boring and normal-like. And what I remember the most, I was going about my daily routine on deployment. I was off shift.
Like I can
chow hall. When I
turn on there now, and it's dead.
Hey, Sergeant, did you hear about something?
It's green. There's nothing there.
I would sit there and
but I'll go over in there to, I think I'll go pee.
Occasionally cracking jokes.
That's the worst thing when you go piss. Oh, once. What was I going to say? Oh, when I go over there to the Ouija board, oh boy, that goes like up on orange. and yellow.
And turn around and come back out the doors when everything behind me disappears as well.
I went in the basement one day and she locked up on solid
I
red.
see out of the corner of
Yeah.
my eye an even darker shadow moving towards me. When I looked straight at it, I was paralyzed. The shadowy figure stood around 8 feet tall.
I'm at the
and had
beer
long
right
arms.
now.
It was
Cool.
close to me. It wrapped its hands around my neck.
Yeah.
I could feel myself.
Well, I'm
gasping.
having a drinky boo.
Slowly.
Drink the vodka.
For what felt like forever.
But I'm
screaming.
having,
I woke up in my bed, back at home, actually screaming my lungs out.
I'm having German
I
vodka.
was freaking out. I woke the entire house up that night.
That's what I'm having.
About a week after that, I have already driven back to my home base, and I was back to work. While back, I was losing sleep. The frequency of those dreams were reaching about 3 times a week at this point. It was the end of the week and about to start a weekend. I was then assigned to barracks duty. Barracks duty is a
Guys,
job.
Do you want me to prove it?
Stop a drunk guy here or there.
Right here, right on live. No faking it.
Talk to someone.
You want me to put that near the Ouija board?
So yeah, that post was
Ooh.
24 hours long every day.
You want me to turn this on? I put it over, go walk towards the Ouija board? I gotta go pee first, because I'm busting.
I walked up, light a cigarette, decided to talk to them for a few minutes before I returned back to the duty hut.
I gotta go pee, then I'll be right back.
Although
You guys really want to see this work?
Up and in the smoke pit at 3 in the morning.
The Ouija board, my son. I'm not kidding. I'm after cutting myself like that and putting blood on it and doing rituals and everything with that. Oh, my son, that Ouija board.
He then said,
And that's like
"This
that
is what I
doll.
see in
That
the
doll
nightmares.
is filled with
Both
rice.
me and my buddy."
That one right there, that one's filled with rice and his blood pouring out of his eyes.
We both saw in our dreams.
And that Gothic clock and that mirror, that mirror got so much history. Holy crap. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm stoned. That's the reason why I'm stoned. I really don't want to do it, but I want to do it just for proof. I'll be right back. I gotta go pee.
My job to stay awake all night for duty. I didn't feel the want to sleep that night at all. That was over a year ago. I have since left the Marines. I decided to go back to college, and those nightmares have seemed to have gone away. But every few months, I do have a nightmare similar to those I used to have. I wonder if my guys are still having them too, and if these nightmares mean something. Or if something is just simply haunting us and followed us home way back from the Middle East. Ghost and the Shoestrings. As I am sure that many have had experiences that range from the typical to the extraordinary, I would like to share an experience that was tactile and carried with it a still pondered thought of what else could something like this do. I also want to say that my whole life has been filled with more unusual things than I care to recall, from seeing ghosts to encountering UFOs. It has been such that anymore when I make friends with someone, I tell them that they might have something odd or strange happen to them in the course of our friendship. With that being stated, here is a recount of an occurrence of high strangeness which was witnessed by about 5 people, myself
That's
included,
right.
that we refer to as the shoestring incident. It is a short story, so without further ado, back in around
You guys see it okay?
in a 2-story house, of which I occupied the 2nd floor. I had bandmates and my 2 friends all sitting and talking about everything, from Spider-Man to the question of, do aliens exist? While we were talking and such, my drummer dozed off, like he usually does when we're all winding down from practicing. He was not out for 5 minutes when he jarred himself away from the position
See that?
which, at the time, were right foot over left foot. He found himself not being able to
You're
adjust
breathing.
and looked down to see what was preventing him to do so. He uttered out loud, "What the hell?" Then, "Guys, what the hell is this?" We all asked him what he was talking about. He said, "Who did this?" At that point, we all gathered around him and were more than a little freaked out that his shoelaces from both shoes were retied into a checkerboard fashion at about a 7x7 square. Not only that, but in the center of the checkerboard was a wildly arranged knot, like a Japanese ornamental knot, which he nor any of us could figure out how or who did it. He had to remove his shoes together as they were very tightly bound. 3 of us were working to get it undone, and the others just stood around and were too shaken by it to really be comfortable.
Now,
After about
now do you believe?
he got them undone.
Like, seriously,
Close friend,
isn't that freaky? I goes near the Ouija board. Look,
we were hanging out. He told me,
it's green.
"Man, I'm going to move to Michigan."
Isn't that really like?
I've been thinking
Like,
about that.
Man, that's freaky, isn't it?
I can't make sense of it.
What?
Scares the hell out of me.
This is proof. This is like
That's why-
live. You can't fake this shit. Like, how can I fake this shit? It's on live. There's nothing in my hand. There's nothing. Like, this. Like,
What happened that night?
there's nothing here.
You never know
Look.
when you might wake up in the middle of the woods outside your home with no recollection of how you got there. You just can't remember the needle going into your arm and the man standing over you. You can't even recall being dragged a mile into the wilderness, and whatever else you don't remember, it's probably best that you don't. It's a surprise at all if you get back to sleep.
We got a doll lost.
So, night watchers, beware our strange world, and good night. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks. The Floating Man. This happened when I was about 12. It was a summer night, and I had just finished playing soccer with a couple of other kids from the neighborhood. We played in the back of the neighborhood, which had an open field with some tables.
Now that's freaky, isn't it?
We
Huh?
sat down for a while until some kids started to go home.
That's
It was
freaky.
just me and a younger boy. I started to hear
Like it's
whispering sounds.
like
coming
man,
from
oh
the woods.
man.
I looked in that direction and didn't see anything.
That turned off there
The
now.
other boy.
But you guys seen it just
I
then.
heard it again, and I noticed that the other boy heard it. This time, when I looked in the direction, I did see something. Even though it was dark, I could clearly see that it was a
Bill
man
Bob, I'm doing good, Bill Bob.
floating. His head was at a branch of the
Proving
tree,
people
which
like
had to be at
my
least
house
15
is haunted,
feet tall.
especially over there. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
I heard him make a weird
You
whistle.
guys seen the K2 meter going off?
The other
Holy
people
moly.
We eventually came to a couple of other kids still outside. We stopped. I noticed my companion was crying, and
Right.
he ran to his brother.
Man,
It was
oh
one of the
man.
older kids that was
Hmm.
outside. Feeling safer, I walked home and told my mom what I saw. I guess she thought I was just joking, because she told me that's what happens to kids who stay out too late. Needless to say, I didn't go back there when it got dark. This experience made me realize there are a lot of things in this world.
Oh
Strange
boy.
things that no one
I
can
proved
see.
that my basement is haunted. Ho, ho, ho. I almost got like 4,000 views going on that. There's a pizza box flew right across my basement
Submitted by
floor.
Night Watcher 6.
I've had that video analyzed by so many people. Holy crap. There's people after like analyzed it and sending me messages, and even professionals.
Around the country road.
Yes, guys, you heard me right. Professionals even analyzed it, and they said it wasn't pushed. They can tell if it was pushed. You can tell when something's being pushed. They knows it was like drag. There's someone or something add on to it, and it was drag. You could actually see the pizza box flying across.
I
Oh,
once heard that my uncle was on his way to my grand's one night after a few hours
Yeah.
of drinking. Apparently, he was walking down one of the roads in the dead of night when he encountered her.
yeah, you could actually see the pizza box, man, being
Terrified
dragged.
and afraid, he sprinted all the way down the road to my grand's house with the white lady close behind. After that traumatic
Fuck you,
experience,
Bill
he has
Bob.
not been down that road ever since. One night, I stayed at my grand's. I got up for a drink of water around 2 in the morning. I
Bill
quietly
Bob, you
walked
piece of
downstairs
shit.
in the front room. Into my
Why don't I
curiosity,
know
stupidly opened the
that
curtain
piece of
and
shit
looked
always
out the
drops in
window.
on my life?
What I saw that night scarred me for the rest of my life.
I always knows
A
that.
white, featureless face looking right in at me. Just like all the stories I heard about.
Next time I goes on live, I see you, I'm gonna block it right away.
Straight to my grand's. I spent the rest of the night up there.
Yeah,
That image will always stick in my mind. Truly, it was a terrifying.
that's jealous people. That's all that is.
again.
People was jealous because of what I got. Ha ha ha. It's nice to know, Bill Bob, that, you
In
know,
my bedroom.
I make you jealous.
Goodbye, cat lover.
Ha ha ha. Oh,
My
boy.
family lived in Texas.
Life
for
is
7
great.
years. We decided to move up to
That's
the
like-
Pacific
like
Northwest
when
in
you
Washington
shows, like,
State, where we
People
still
like
live.
that, like when you shows, like,
Story
like,
begins.
I still,
My
I
bedroom
love
was on
you,
the
Bill
second
Bob.
floor. Commented that
See
I
what
think
I said? That drives people
It is.
nuts.
It is.
Because people try to get you down, and when they know they can't get you down, and like
So
you're
no one
still
would
laughing
disturb
and
me while I
smiling
slept.
about it,
And
like,
that included our 2 cats and a dog. For a
that
couple
drives
of
him crazy,
the
you didn't
first few
see?
months, I would feel pressure
Oh,
inside
boy,
my
son.
head, as if something
I say his blood pressure's boiling there
I would
now.
put my hand on the
Like a
spark
little
and I felt
sookie
it,
baby.
but there was nothing. I also didn't see a thing.
Oh, boy.
I believe I am one of those people who had never seen
Yeah.
an actual ghost, but things did start to change. One of our cats, a short-haired
Oh,
brown
boy,
tabby,
I loves all you
was
guys.
sleeping on my bed during the daylight hours.
Even if you hates me guts, I still loves you.
On my bed.
Yeah. I loves all you guys, man.
We never
Yeah.
did find her alive or dead. Since then, I often would feel something against my legs while I slept. During one of these times, I heard Rosie sleeping on my bed like she used to. Then suddenly, I stopped feeling it, which caused something to change. I would continue to feel
You're some
something against my
petrified of
legs
them.
and also on my back, as if something was sleeping next to me. I would feel something weird going up my back, as if something was in the room.
Living simply, hey, living simply, saying. Hey, living simply. I just did an actual ghost, a little ghost video on that, and I used my K2 meter. This picks up frequencies in the ear. It's green, good to go. It's green over here, good to go. Means green, right? You gotta turn. Watch when that turns it on.
Large and massive, and I still see it to this day.
See? It's green, good to go there
So
now.
far, it hasn't become visible.
So when it goes over there to the Ouija board,
Deal with
it flicks
because
up
I can
on
only see
orange
at night.
and red. Yeah, it flicks up on orange and red.
The Barrett Ranch House. Submitted by Alyssa Scarlett. Hello. My
Like I
name
told
is Alyssa.
everybody in
I have a story for you.
like I told everybody in the live just did. There's no faking that because live is live. What you're doing now is right now. What I'm doing.
Takes place around May or June of 2016. It was moving day. I was helping my stepmother move since I had not seen her.
Cool.
since
Hey,
I
John.
see it. While waiting for my
Hey,
turn,
Sherry.
Uncle began telling me that the oldest brother, Mondo himself,
Cool,
and his
man.
on and off girlfriend,
Awesome.
had been
Welcome
visiting
aboard.
lots of places and visited aboard.
Enjoy
For
my
enjoy my for the last 5 days.
60
My uncle told me about
ghost
the
stories.
my
I like
excitement
listening to some ghost stories, right?
I really liked creepy things, especially anything that had to do with the paranormal. I then confessed I wanted to go visit this farmhouse as well. Turns out they were going again that night. So
Yeah, it's awesome to see you guys talking to each other and listening to ghost stories.
The farmhouse is called
I loves it.
Barrett Ranch House. It is located right off
Loves
of
it, man.
San
Oh,
Diego,
guys,
California.
I got
The
a
road travels from Chula
I got a
Vista
video
to
going on.
Proctor
before
Valley
and
is
after
notorious
video.
for haunted, and it has
I got-
been for over a century.
I got so much stuff done to my house. It's unbelievable. Well, outside.
Haunted farmhouse.
I got a new driveway
Actions
made.
continue to reflect,
Honestly, I got a new driveway made into my house. I got a parking lot made. I can fit 2 vehicles.
Colts tend
plus
to
my
worship
own.
Proctor during a full moon.
I done all that today and yesterday.
On Proctor Valley.
I got a before video done, It's going up tomorrow.
I went with them last time.
and I got an after video done. After it's all done.
She said she was at the border.
And
But would take
you guys are not going to believe the before and after video. Holy moly. That's all going up, That's all going up tomorrow.
I felt a sense of
Well, only one part.
a few nights before.
'Cause like a lot of people I learned on YouTube, a lot of people was after teaching me, and they said don't upload everything the same time because that's what tracks your views. That's how you get views. That's how you get. That's how you attract the subs. That's how you get subs. Because when people, you get people all hyped up and everything like that, and then you goes, okay, wait for part 2. And people's gonna be there like, oh my god, part 2, come on, part 2, like I can't wait for the more. Like that's how it attracts people, right?
The whole area was covered in red
Yeah.
clouds that had specks of gray and black. The farmhouse's clouds were
Yeah, that's how you get that's how you get people. You gotta hype people up. I'm after learning so much from YouTube, man. And watching other YouTubers, it actually helps you. Helps you learn and helps you learn and gets information like what they does, and you learns what they does, and sometimes you copies what they does because you know like some stuff they does and you don't know, like my god, like you can say to yourself, well, they're doing that and I'm doing this and I'm doing it wrong, so I gotta do what they're doing. Because I used to upload, in my younger years, doing YouTube, I used to upload 5, 6 videos a day. That's not good. But now I'm getting more views because I'm uploading one a day. And I like to break the videos. If they're a long video, I like to break them in 10-minute videos, maybe 6-minute videos. And like I said, like I like to do all that. And attracts more people, honestly.
But then would start up again. There wasn't much in the attic. It was small.
Living Simply lives up in Brigus.
There were a couple of rappers from gas
Past
stations.
Brigus, I think.
This hinted
Well,
that
this
someone
is
could
Spanish
possibly
Bay.
be living there or hanging
Basically,
out
we're
there.
still close. We're only probably
There was also
15,
a
20
hollow
minutes
space,
away
probably
from each
a
other.
closet.
It's still
It was
close.
empty. My uncle's on and off girlfriend, who we will call Kate, had told me that I looked sick. I reassured her I was fine, even though I really wasn't. We finally went downstairs to the main room. We went through the rubbish on the floor.
Yeah, we're about 15, 20 minutes away from each other.
Pretty crazy.
All depends on traffic. Like,
Dropped to the
you
pit
could
of my
be
stomach.
longer from each other, or
Chatting. The next,
you could be closer because I could leave here and get behind a driver training vehicle. And if anybody knows, and sure as I'm here, anybody knows what that's like, oh my god. You're only doing like, in the 60 zone, you're only doing like 35, 40 kilometers, getting caught behind a driver training vehicle. Oh, I hate those, like, driver training vehicles. I'm not hating the person that drives it. I hate the vehicle. Oh my god. I don't hate. I don't hate no one. Hate is a bad word. I love everybody. My mom and dad always taught me, never hate no one. Stop hating everybody, Jerry. Never hate no one. Hate is a bad word. And they point their finger right in your face then when they does it. Mom and dad.
None of us moved.
Cool.
We wanted to wait until the guys had come out to investigate. My pounding
Wicked.
heartbeat only sped up as I remembered the cults that were out that night. I thought there was a possibility someone or a group of them were in the bushes, ready to.
Hey, living simply, you gotta
The bushes
you gotta do the same thing. Some videos, like before and after videos.
Almost like flowers.
Even though like
So close they were touching.
I like
Inside of that,
like you would understand where I'm coming from, living simply.
was moving.
Even if you do a before video and say we do an after video, probably 6 months time, go in your settings, break it up, and put two of them probably. You could probably put two of them back to back. I don't know if you'd understand. Well, I'm sure you knows how to do it because I see your YouTube show is pretty awesome. And everybody go subscribe to Living Simply Homestead and Outdoors. Everybody go subscribe to that guy, man. He's awesome. That guy is awesome. He's a good friend of mine.
And it stopped again. My uncle backed away, and again and again.
He's a good friend of mine, guys. Seriously. He's a good man.
It was being stepped on, which is what I had thought as well. We all went over to the area and stuck.
He's a good man. He got a beautiful woman, too.
Dead body. You could immediately tell the difference of the.
You got some interesting
I wanted
videos.
to see if anyone was there messing with was, so we walked towards the house that was next to it. And there was no one. Tiff yelped, explaining there was someone in the window.
Like I said, living
Tiff
simply.
shouted back that that was
Like I
impossible.
said, living simply. I said many times on the live streams. I don't forget what people tells me and what I hears. And I remember it's exactly what you said on your live stream. When I was on talking to you. We're here to help each other. Honestly, we're here to help each other, me buddy.
That table
Yeah.
just moved. Mondo gasped.
I tells everybody to go subscribe to you all the time doing the
It
work.
was a black stand.
Oh, my son.
No one else saw or
Yeah.
heard it, but I immediately believed him, since I know I had heard it too.
I tells everybody about you.
Could move it easily.
I tells everybody about you, me
And
bud.
my uncle went back into the house. Kate and
Like I said, one term deserves the other.
I heard those short,
Yeah.
2-foot-high bushes.
One good hand deserves the
I
other.
literally jumped into the seat,
Yeah.
not caring that I landed a little painfully on a purse. We had to wait probably 30 minutes before Mondo, my uncle, and Tiff returned.
Cool.
We made our way back to Proctor Valley. They wanted to play the Ouija at Proctor. Now, my father is a devil worshiper, so I knew it was wrong to.
That's
Not to
awesome.
mention it was a full moon, and it was the witching hour. However,
Hey, living simply.
we settled.
What he wants to do, he wants to start making some reaction videos.
Mondo asked
Oh.
if to play or not.
Go on like some scary videos and do reaction videos. Oh man.
I waited until someone.
Another one too. I'm just throwing stuff out there. This is all future. This is all stuff you could do in the future or in the near future.
My brother calls
It
out
means
Angel's name.
maybe next
Do you want
like
to
sunny
play?
day, maybe the more if you want to. You go up Shoppers Drug Mart in Bay Roberts. You can buy the s'mores kit.
She was starting to get scared.
You can actually buy the s'mores kit. You and your woman make s'mores on YouTube Live.
Did you hear that?
That would be awesome.
Kate
Yeah,
sat
just
in the
before
house
dark.
while Mondo sat
You know,
down.
just before dark comes around,
I heard the
start up a fire, make
We sat in
s'mores.
silence, still
Or-
debating whether to play the Ouija board or not.
Or
We beat
you
around
know
the bush.
what you want to do.
Still
If you
moving
want
out of
to,
the car.
you if you want to, you could
Something break.
show how a tent is put up. Show how to make a show how to put up a tent, or you can show how to start a fire.
Everyone shook their heads except
Like there's all kinds of like
at this point,
gadgets on Amazon that you can buy and like all kinds of little gadgets on Amazon. All that you can buy, like this one here. I bought this on Amazon.
You pointed at the camera. Yeah,
Look.
it looks like a blue orb.
It's got a compass
Pictures. Sarah, is that you? Do you want to play?
and like a blade and a flint right here. So you take your
Right outside my
you take
window.
that. I'm not doing it here.
My uncle
Hell
was-
no. Everything is. I got like paper towels like around me here and everywhere.
Let's go.
Everything here is tender dry.
So please,
But what you do, you take that, right? You take your blade
You did leave.
and you take your little tiny starter and you scratch your blade on the starter right here.
I never did get
And it
to
makes
see
a lot of sparks.
I asked about them, but my uncle said
And you go like that, right?
And that was the end of that.
So it's pretty neat to have.
Later, I found out.
All you gotta do, and it fits my big old wrist. It fits my big wrist. All you gotta do is like when I goes camping, I takes that everywhere when I goes camping.
Little House in the Woods. Another submission from Doss Maui.
Cause all people in Dawn Cove, everybody in Dawn Cove knows me 100%. I got 29 years experience out on the water. 29 years fishing experience. Not very many people got the option to say that. 29 years. I've been working longer out on the water than some of you guys is alive. Some of you guys not even that old. Like 29 years, man. But, yeah, and even comes with a rope. That's a rope too.
My little exploration.
That bracelet is a
A
rope.
couple of minutes.
So you can untie that,
Through the
you know, you can untie that bracelet and use that as a rope.
In the distance.
Tie to a tree right there and a tree right there. And say if you fell through a pond or you're hiking and you get lost, if you're hiking and you get lost and you get wet, next morning, say no one comes to rescues and that rescues you in the next morning, and you're starting to get wet, and you want to dry off in the hot sun. All you got to do is unravel all that.
My first reaction was
just throw your clothes up on the clothesline. That's what it is. It's a survival kit. That's what it is. It's a survival kit. Because as your compass is right here, like I'm looking at it there now, like west is there, north is there, east is there, and south is down here. That compass is exactly right too. Like north is up right here. West is in Tilton. That way. South is towards Cape St. Francis, and east is towards
I
Bellone.
searched for the wooden fence again. It couldn't have been that far since I had gone in a straight line. But nothing. My brother just got bored and told me we were going
That's
back.
awesome, man. I like my compass.
And the experience.
I'd be lost without that. I never, ever goes in the woods without this. I always has this with me. Always do. See, guys, look.
But nothing was left.
Guys, look carefully. Look real carefully, and that's a rope.
It was what I saw. It was one of those small homes.
And that comes out. I'm not going to do it now. That's hard to get in, but that comes out. And this here's a knife too. That's a knife. Say if you got, say if you got a backpack on too, right? And if you got a backpack on, you have fishing line. And that's your knife to cut like fish open. If you got fish open and like that little scoop, you can scoop out the guts and stuff like that.
Was one of those people. The first
so many survival tips, buddy, I can teach all you. Boy, son, I'm telling you. That's like I learned how to make fresh water in a pea. I used to be in Boy Scouts, right? And I used to be in Boy Scouts, and I learned a lot. That's like they says, if you're anywhere with like sand, like if you're in the desert, lost in the desert, with a lot of like sand, and you got to pee, piss in the bottle. If you got 2 bottles with you, piss in 1 bottle, tape it together, because military, right, got everything. You got. That's why you got all that. You piss in the bottle, tape it together, take a cloth. Like I'm going ahead of myself. Piss in the bottle, tape it together, bury the bottle with the pee in it, bury the one with the pee in it, and have the empty one above the sand. And throw a cloth over the empty bottle. What happens? The heat of the sand heats up your urine and makes vapor and comes up on top, and it drips down from the top of the clear bottle and cracks up on the bottom and makes fresh water out of your pee. Seriously.
But she would tell me it was the house.
Then other thing too, if you're cold in the dead of winter and you got a good fire going and you got some rocks around, throw some rocks in on your fire. Sometimes, if you got a fire pit, if you got a good fire pit going around your fire, wait till your fire goes out for 20 minutes, put your fire out, and wait for 20 minutes, and throw some, and flatten out your rocks. Flatten out your rocks, then put some moss over the rocks, and put boughs. And if you got a backpack and if you got a blanket or anything, throw it over the boughs or the moss. And the heat from the rocks acts like a heated blanket. Honestly, all those hints that I'm giving you, that's all survival hints. I learned all that in Boy Scouts. Yeah, I learned all that in Boy Scouts. That's like knots and all that, tying knots and all shit like that.
Like someone running from the hall to the couch I was on.
And now to start a fire with a stick, like what you gotta do, you gotta take 2 sticks like that, and you gotta split them in the middle. You got split 2 sticks in the middle, and put them down right here. And if you got a pocket knife, you gotta whittle like the top of your stick. Make sure it's dry. It's no good getting the green one, because it don't work on a green stick. Get a dry stick and go like that with your hand, or if you had a shoelace, tie a knot in your stick. Tie a knot in your stick and take a shoelace, and you go like that. But you got to pin him with your foot too, right? You got to pin him down with your foot, and you go like that, and it works faster with your shoelace too. Go like that and start a fire without any matches or gasoline. Yeah. And before you do that, all you gotta do, before you do that, you gotta, like, after you little tiny twigs ready, like, you almost got like have everything set up before you does all this. You gotta like put moss here, then twigs, the next thing up bigger than twigs, and the next thing up bigger than twigs is like probably little tree branches, and the next thing up bigger than that, and bigger than that, and eventually you got a good bottom. And then when you get your good bottom, then you can put anything on your fire. Yeah, that's why when I go in the woods, I always bring food with me. I always bring food. You can live 3 weeks without food, and you can live 4 days without water. I carry 4 bottles of water with me, and I carry enough food with me to do me probably 2 months. That's it.
Whatever it is.
But that's enough. And then I carries blankets, then I carries fishing twine, I carries that on my wrist, I carries emergency flares, I got emergency flashlights. I always carries a gun with me. Holy moly. I always has a gun with me. And I always got pocket knife, like big old joint knife on me. I got there in the next to my bed.
But sturdy.
Yeah.
With calligraphy.
But I can't show you my guns and I can't show you my knives because YouTube frowns on that. Trust me, YouTube.
So I haven't made.
And I hope living simply is what I'm listening right now. Don't show guns or knives on YouTube. They frowns on that big time. Big time. They don't like that. Even though if you're only showing them off. I got videos taken down because of that. Honestly. I actually got videos. I got warnings from YouTube. They won't demonetize you, but they'll warn you. Even showing a knife on YouTube. Showing a knife or a gun on YouTube. You will get a warning, and they'll take down your video. They'll take it down. And if you upload it again, you get a warning. Then you get a warning. If you upload it again. I'm after doing it all, man. I'm after learning my lesson with YouTube so many times. I know the ins and outs. And I know how to push the limits of YouTube. How to go. Because like I said, if you've been doing YouTube as long as me, you should, like, if you don't know the in and out of YouTube now, you'll never know. Seriously. All the people who's doing YouTube now, if you don't know the ins and outs about it and the limits of it, like, sure, like, you're not going to know everything right away, but it's a learning experience. It is a learning experience. You got to learn yourself to understand. You got to know what to do, and you got to know how to push the boundaries, and the farthest you can push it. That's like music. You can they'll allow 5 seconds of music, but if you go on 10 seconds, that's pushing it. If you're gonna go over 10 seconds of music on your live stream, that's pushing it a lot with YouTube. Oh, 5 seconds max. It's comfortable. 5 seconds. That's it.
I dismissed it
That's
as
not much.
nonsense. We asked him his age next, and he said 0. But then he went to 2. And we thought this was
All right, everybody, good night.
So we asked it if he meant he was 20 or
Sleep
just
tight,
2.
love shot.
We told him to go to the sun for 2 and the moon for 20. He went to the sun. He did a lot of things
Yeah.
I dismissed as strange.
But,
like starting to go through the outline
Yeah,
and making little circles on the side of the
everything is a learning experience.
board. We asked
That's
him
for sure.
if he got too far.
Everything is a learning
He was
experience.
playing a game. It went to yes. Things got weirder though. He went to the 2 corners on the side of the sun and kept making loose, irregular ovals and kept going back to O. When the planchette moved so far towards one of the players that
And you too, living simply. Good night, buddy.
We forced
Good night
him to
there,
stand
brother.
forward, and we said good
Closure
night.
me, bro.
We found out how many signs we missed and mistakes we made when we looked up more information right after. And over the next few days, especially after I realized the
Yeah,
important
I got a
fact,
before.
the planchette.
I got a
never went
before
inside
video
the
and an
board.
after video. Before video is going on tomorrow. You should see what I got done, man. Holy moly, you should see what I got done. I'm gonna shock you guys what I got done. Oh,
Let the spirit escape
yeah.
and have a doorway.
That's going on tomorrow, the before video and after video. That's going on. That's going on Monday. It's going on about 4:30, 5 o'clock. 4:30, 5 o'clock. That video is going on Monday. PM.
And so it couldn't spell the other half of its name. It's only a
But
possibility.
you should see the work I got done. I got 15 tons of stone moved.
But the evidence is compelling.
15 tons.
I started putting silver on
Holy moly. That's a lot of stone. Yeah. That's 15 tons, man. People wonder why I'm tired.
A week ago. I don't often.
Someone was up at McDonald's today, said, Jerry, you look like you're dropping. I said, yeah, well, I'm a bit tired. Little do they know, I wasn't telling the truth. I was exhausted. I was a little bit. I was a little bit tired. I was exhausted. Excuse me.
Later.
And now I got to rent. I go up the coastal. Avalon Industrial up Bay Roberts, and then I got to rent a camper. I got to get a camper there now, and yeah, I got to rent one of them, and then I got to temper all of them. You also know what a temper is? That makes your stuff like really, really hard. Oh,
suicide.
That makes your gravel really, really hard. It'd be like pavement. That stuff out there, that'd be like pavement when I tempers that down.
My first time using a Ouija board, submitted by Ham Slam.
Ouija board, huh?
I had played around with different methods of contacting the other side since I was very young.
I'm gonna have to contact the other side, and trust me.
But my mind was always very adamant that anything paranormal.
This stuff is after happening here. That gothic mirror right there. Holy moly. Like, all that there, that gothic clock. That's a Witcher. That's a Witcher mirror. That's a real life Witcher mirror. And I does Witcher. I'm into that. I'm into Witcher a lot. I'm into satanic stuff and all that. Like my cross here, right? And like this, like down right there, Lucifer there, and there.
Relationship the year before.
Yeah.
The guy had been
abusive, and I got like other stuff. I got my mask. I got my mask with Lucifer on the mask. Yeah, he took the car.
A lot of the same interests.
Yeah.
I told him I wanted to use a Ouija board.
And I got my I got the cross of Lucifer on my tablet.
My heart was set on it. After a while of of us dating.
I got the
He
cross
asked
of
me if it was
Lucifer
my
right
closet.
here.
I asked him, "What do you mean?" He said that he kept seeing a pair of glowing white eyes in the closet. I tried laughing it off, but ever since I had kicked out my
See?
ex, I had been seeing glowing white eyes in my closet. I always assumed I was just scaring myself and that nothing was there, so I suggested that I finally buy a Ouija board and we find out. I went to Target and bought a Ouija board. It took me nearly an hour to find it because the toy section was the last place I would have ever thought to look. There was only one left, and it was behind a crapload of other games. I brought it home and we used it. We started off with basic questions. Does anyone want to talk? Has anyone ever died in this apartment? Shit like that. After a while, I started to think that my boyfriend might be messing with me and moving the piece on his own. So I asked, "What is in my closet?" It spelled eyes, then kept pointing to something off the board. We said goodbye and decided to move our Ouija board session to the closet
Oh,
and see if we could
boy.
get a better answer. We started playing again. It
Ooh.
kept getting the same movement, pointing to something off the board, and I finally asked it if it was trying to show us something. Yes. We followed our line of sight to where
That
it was
man.
pointing, and in that corner, there were a bunch of plastic bags. I looked through them and found some of my ex's clothing and old belongings. We tossed out the bags that night, and immediately it felt like there was new life in the apartment. It was getting late, and I went to bed while my boyfriend watched TV in the living room. At around 2 in the morning, I woke up and checked on him. He had fallen asleep on the couch. I decided to use the Ouija board
Yeah.
so I could contact someone alone. But much to my displeasure, I was only getting nonsense and random.
Guys, a lot of you guys are asking me to do
They were just trying to
a K2 meter,
and they were trying
a K2 meter reading down my basement video.
Said to whatever was communicating. Yeah, right.
I'm not sure about doing that yet.
I went to bed and thought nothing more of it. But my sleep was
Every time I go sat, every time I do sat, man, the house goes haywire. Honestly, the house is like alive, like the senses, like when I'm going to do stuff. And boy, son, I'll tell you.
Scratching on the Ouija board. I relived the nightmares, only to wake
Stuff
up hearing
be
the power
flying down
scratching
around the basement and everything. Honestly, I'm after doing all that stuff. I'm after catching that live, like the lamp shaking. I'm after catching the lamp over in the corner shaking. I'm like way over there. I'm like way over there, and the lamp is over there in the corner, and it's shaking back and forth. You can see you can actually hear it. It's shaking back and forth.
The board again briefly, asking who was keeping me up and if it was the cause of my nightmares. Then I said goodbye and tossed the board in the dumpster. A few months later, we moved into a new apartment.
Guess what I got?
In the boxes, we found the Ouija board.
I'm putting it up on Amazon. You can't get this in Newfoundland nowhere.
But he wanted nothing to do with it.
You can't get this in Newfoundland, guys.
But this time we kept stopping because we needed secrets in the apartment or kept something in the corner wherever. I finally agreed.
Honest to God, I'm not kidding. You will not find this in any store in Newfoundland. I paid a lot of money for this, and I'm gonna when I sell it, I'm charging $100 for this. Call me crazy or not, but I'm sure rich people and I'm sure rich people will find it and like find it interesting. That's the only ones that's gonna buy it anyway. Like rich people and people that collect stuff like this, but it's Lay's potato chips, but they're spicy crawfish flavor. Look at that! Woo!
He was going to say goodbye.
Look!
Then he wakes up.
You guys ever see Lay's potato chips like that? You would not find this in Newfoundland, honestly.
Under the bed. So we did a ritual my grandmother had taught me.
Not even open.
Any spirit that tries to come through. We wrapped white cloth with blood on it around the board, sealed the board in a bag, and said a firm goodbye.
Good luck reading all that.
It's been years, and we haven't seen it since. We're glad. But now my boyfriend has a very stern no Ouija board policy in our home, and has become much more vocal when friends show interest.
I had a bag. That's the second bag. That's my second bag. I'm after it.
Submitted by-
And it tastes like crawfish.
I have no idea what we were thinking.
It tastes really like lobster. Have you guys loved lobster? Like I said, a lot of people won't buy that.
Or something.
A lot of people won't buy it, but you gotta,
We did not have the best prospects.
I'm gonna sell a bag. I'm gonna charge $100 to it. Call me crazy, but rich people will buy it. You know, like people like loves collecting Lay's potato chips.
That day was different because that day was the day after we had discovered that my meat board tucked away in her closet.
Matter of fact, I brought down online.
Yes, we all thought.
And they're
We
cheaper.
to my house.
Cheaper
I went to my
online.
bathroom and grabbed the box.
Everything I goes online. I goes on the one I goes on is pandafoods.com or pandafoods.shop.ca. I think it's called.
The usual preteen
Or .com.
sayings were tossed around before we got
You get all that on I think it's what is it? Panda Foods.
Yeah, we were skipping
I Google
straight
that
to
now.
Black, trying to contact the bee.
Pandafoods.com.
Roads. But you have to understand,
Here's some
none of
results
us
from the
actually
web.
believed in demons or ghosts. We were just trying to have a laugh. We definitely weren't laughing in the end.
I think that's
I laid the
free.
planchette on the board, and we all placed our hands on it. Garrett,
No,
being the
guys.
most outgoing one, decided to do the speaking. Is there a spirit amongst us? He deepened his voice, trying to sound all creepy. I could hear the other two snicker. Of course, there was no answer. I was actually amazed that none of us were trying to move the planchette on our own. I didn't feel any pressure from
That's
them.
not
They
what
all
I
seemed
wanted.
too distracted by Garrett's theatrics to care. Are there any
Pandafoods.com.
even louder, as if
Ooh,
taunting.
man, the pike is in. Hi,
Opening
Amanda.
webpage.
Nothing. He continued. Do something freaky. If there is a- Before Garrett could finish, Corbin's head came crashing down
See?
to the board.
I'm not
The
kidding.
planchette flew,
Like I said, I don't kid what I mean.
and cracking the window.
Oh,
My heart sank. All our smiles-
Pandafood.com. That's where I order my food from.
Suddenly, the hanging light on the ceiling fell to the floor,
Hmm?
rusted into 100 little shards. That's
And
when
you
we
can't get
all
this.
looked back.
You can't get this stuff
We had no
anywhere.
shoes on at the time.
I find there's a lot more stuff in that Korean shop in St. John's.
Passed by
Way more stuff.
before we collected ourselves and ran out of the room, slamming the door behind us.
Yeah, you gotta. There's a website. I'm signed in for the website. You gotta sign in for it, right?
Like a herd of bulls were rampaging inside. The door itself was eerily still, but it literally sounded like a warhead went off inside. Just as fast as I had left. I
The
ran
stuff
out
on
of
this,
the
I haven't
room.
got a fucking clue what I'm looking at or what
The
I'm
sun
buying. Because all I go is just buy a picture.
was stood up against the wall vertically, the sheets shoved in the windowsill, blocking out the sunlight. Everything that had been in the floor, including the Ouija board and the planchette,
Here's what I found on the web.
controllers and some books, had vanished. None of us talked about that day with anyone else. Not only was it terrifying, we were kind of embarrassed for being stupid enough
日曜日のスパニアーズベイは最高気温13度、最低気温6度で、ところにより曇りでしょう。
When I put my room back in order, I found the controllers and the books, even the planchette. But the Ouija board was
日曜日は最高気温13度、最低気温6度で、ところにより曇りでしょう。
Even weirder was the fact that my mom never asked about it. I don't know if she simply never used it, so she never noticed it was gone. But she hasn't confronted
Forecast
me
and
on
spin your
this
spade.
yet. I'm just lucky that thing didn't start haunting our
These
home.
came back from a search.
And I'm happy that what happened was all that happened. It was the most horrible experience.
It's 7 and mostly cloudy. Sunday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 13 and a low of 6.
Demonic life.
Sunday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 13 and a low of 6.
Before I
Okay.
delve into telling you my tales, I must warn you that I don't really care if you believe me or not. These experiences.
Hey, bro. Hey, John.
to me.
Big
These
John.
experiences shape the person I
Big,
am
big
today.
John.
Let's begin.
Only a true Newfoundlander would understand what I mean by that.
To most recently, November of
Only
2015.
a true Newfoundlander would understand what I meant by that.
Start at the beginning.
If you listen to a lot of radio, you understand what I mean by that. Big John, Big John. I'm not saying that. I won't give it away.
I turned my head and saw nothing.
Yeah.
I turned the other way.
It's actually a song called Big John.
A black hole for a mouth and eyes a charcoal color.
Woo!
Was a greenish
Man, I'm about to lose some weight. Holy fuck. Unbelievable. How much weight I'm about to lose it. Hey, John, do you get it? Who sings it? Anyways, I'm gonna tell you anyway. What's his name and the other fella? That's they don't make no more videos no more, but what's his name and the other fellas? Sings the song, Big John.
Watching TV one Sunday before church.
They sings a lot of funny songs. Holy moly.
It got so bad that I hid behind the couch I was sitting on.
That's like the one they sings
my mother dragged me out to church. Throughout
it sings about Stun Earl. Stun is me arse. Stun Earl.
Every minute I spent in my house.
Earl was cutting trees and his bear was 10'2" and turned the air all smoky and blue. Yeah. Oh, I am. It's coming there. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, I wish my boss was watching. I'm sure someone would copy and paste the part what I'm about to say. You know I'm starting to look good when my boss's wife was starting commenting on me. Honestly, Natasha even said to me, she's like, she's watching there, she can even say it. Natasha Garland even said, my God, you look so good looking. Honestly, you look so good looking, you got some weight on. Yeah.
This is where it gets crazier. I started to hear her voice.
Yeah. I don't drink beer, thank you very much. I don't drink beer.
It would say things like, "You are mine."
That's something you can't put on me, buddy. I don't drink fucking beer. Beer is a poor man's drink. Fuck that.
And was convinced that a demon was terrorizing me. He told me how.
In
his words.
It's 24th of May, and we all get away.
The activity died down for a few months. It started to pick up again when I got interested in the Ouija boards. It was a week before Halloween that I got one, and I used it.
Something, and the wife was in the trunk. We go up to the dump and we stare at the beers. And something, I don't know.
Each time I used it.
Oh my God.
It is now 3 months since this time, and since I used the Ouija board. There has been no activity since then. And at this point, I'm just waiting for something else to happen.
Yeah. Oh man, what a day.
Never.
Man, 2 days, man, I'm fucking wore out. I am wore out. You guys want to know why I'm wore out? I'm so tired, man. It's amazing I'm up 12:13 a.m. It amazes me. I must have a very strong willpower. Honestly, very strong willpower to do this. I got off Friday. I was there at the yard. I was there at the yard. I got it all prepped. I went down Friday supper time when I got off work. 4 o'clock I got off work. I didn't even come home till 5 o'clock. I got home 5 o'clock. I didn't cook no supper. 10:30 p.m. I had my supper. Friday night. Anyways, what I was doing, I got home 5. 4 hours I spent there at the yard, prepping it and getting it all ready and everything. Saturday I got up. I got it all, like, I got half of it done, a quarter of it done. I prepped it up even more. Now,
And nothing really happened.
but you know,
My
Friday,
friends went home.
uh,
Thanked them for the
I got
company. Went to my
Friday
room,
got done.
closed the door.
Saturday, the other day, I got to prep and dump more. Then I went out there again. I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna get all this done now. Then 8 hours. 8 hours I was at it. Man, you should see the job I got done. I actually got a video. I actually got a video of before and after. My before video is going up. The before video is going up tomorrow, and the after video. Oh my God, guys! You should see what I got done. Holy shit! I got a big parking lot. I got a big parking lot made, and I got my new driveway. I actually made a new driveway. You could drive right around my home now. You could drive a full circle around my home. She's ready for the pavement now. So what I gotta do now, I'm gonna save up some money for pavement, and I gotta get it paved. That's gonna be awesome. Ooh. I'm gonna have an actual paved driveway.
Then, finally, I managed to find the button. I turned the light on. It took so long when the lights came on.
Yeah, I seen that one.
My cat standing with sleepy
Yeah,
eyes
I seen that.
away from me, next to the wall.
I
So the thing is,
like that.
cats don't breathe through their
I like that post. Brought back a lot of memories.
That terrified me that night.
Yeah.
A night
Yeah.
on patrol by
Jeez, I've been
SBNP. This is a true story.
like,
It happened to
I've
me
been like
20 years
on
ago.
a lot of road
I
trips
still
with
get
you.
freaked out anytime I think about it.
A lot of road trips, a lot of memories.
A few
Yeah.
years ago, I was a supervisor for a security company. I worked in the patrol division. We would basically patrol various clients' properties through the night. We had businesses as well as residential.
We were
We also
on
responded to
our way
calls from residents on the property.
something to Bonavista.
Drunk, loud
We're on our
people
way to
that used to get
Bonavista.
out of hand.
Yeah.
One night, I got a call about a suspicious person walking around some town.
Damn autocorrect. Yeah. That's like Stephen Rand on the morning jam. Oh my God. I fucking dies at Stephanie. She's funny. I love Stephanie, man. Seriously. And she's like, did she come on? I think it was what was it, Wednesday or Tuesday? Last Wednesday or Tuesday, she come on and she's like, Baby Beer. No, what was it? She said, Baby Beer Road. She asked for like this certain road, and Google correct, put her on Baby Beer Road or something like that.
About 2 hours later,
Yeah.
This time the caller said someone was looking into their window, but could not give a description. I go back
Okay.
this time, running with no lights on.
Yeah.
I get out of my vehicle in a different area facing the woods with the dome light disabled. I open the door, leaving it cracked, and proceed around the houses. Again, I do not find anything except
Ooh,
a handprint
Jackie.
on the window in question. I
Jackie
walked close
messaged
to the
me.
woods on the way back to my vehicle. I was standing about 20 feet in front of it, but right by the woods. Suddenly, I hear a rough
JC. Ooh.
voice. Hey,
Hey, JC.
come here. Thinking it was a prank, I say, all right, you've had your fun, but you're scaring the residents. Come out and talk to me. Again, I hear from the woods.
JC,
You
want to hook up for coffee tomorrow? I'm leaving the house 10 o'clock.
This time
If you
I
want
freak
to
out.
hook up.
It is dark. I'm alone,
And
even if the police or a phone call away.
if you want to message me, go ahead, message me, and we'll get together at 10 o'clock. And we can only stay together for an hour because I got to go into the cabin. Unless you want to come into the cabin with me, because Mom and Dad is having cooked dinner into the cabin. So if you want to come into the cabin with me, you're more than welcome.
Saying, so much as show
Oh,
your
yeah.
face, I'm going to shoot.
But
I'm calling the police. I didn't get a response. I went back to my vehicle, turning on all the lights. Headlight, spotlight, and light bar, all of them shining onto the woods. I called the cops. We are well known and generally liked by the police. So it only takes a few minutes for them to.
Oh, I love Jackie, man.
They have
Jackie
to
is awesome.
check
Holy
the woods.
shit.
A few minutes later,
She's a good
one
woman.
calls over for me to come to it. There, 40 feet into the woods, is a nightmare. There is a homemade hunting blind set up, a shovel, a tarp, and a shallow pit.
Geez, we've been talking about Facebook now, me and Jackie, for the longest time. Holy shit. Every time I go on Facebook Live, man, she's there. Like, she was the first one there. Me and her, we love some rave music. Oh, she always sends me the good rave music, like not the crappy rave music. She sends me the good stuff. Most of the ones she sent me the last time.
The Trainee by CDC.
Oh my God. I can't remember.
Probably not what you were expecting.
I hope I didn't delete it my last live
I
stream.
used to work for a relatively small security company. It was privately owned, and about 30 employees were there altogether. They'd get a contract with a factory, and then basically your job was to sit in that factory for 8 to 12 hours when no one was working. So I'd be working.
Oh, the battle scars I got down to work. Look at that. Took a big chunk out of my leg.
In my 2 years of doing that job, I never
Note to self. Note to
called
self.
supernatural.
Don't fuck with bandsaws.
I did see
That's what a bandsaw can do with you. Took a full chunk of skin right up, full chunk, and then it popped off, and then it nicked me down below again.
Teach them how to make the rounds. You walk around the building. That's basically.
But trust me, that looks worse than it is.
So it's about
Oh,
4:45 in the morning, and I step outside of the parking lot to have a smoke and wait on a new guy. After about 10 minutes, a car pulls up, stops, backs up, and drives away. I was clearly visible, so I have no idea.
I watched him
next.
now
The
later
car
on.
passed by 3 to 4
I got
more
that
times
one.
before finally pulling in and shutting off the engine. Seated in
And
the car,
I must have
just sitting in
deleted
the
it.
driver's seat, staring at me. In the back
And I
seat,
got that
two
one.
kids
I just
probably
got
around
that
6
one.
to 8
So I
years
watched
old.
him later
After
on.
about 3 minutes of me wondering what the hell is going on, he gets out of the car. Dennis is fucked up looking. He's about 4'10" and fatter than damn near anyone I've ever seen. He has a huge
Dennis.
rash covering about
Holy
70%
fuck.
of his body, with a white crust outlining most of it.
I don't know if that's sealed up or not.
Had a little trouble finding.
Keeps
the place.
breaking open because where it's at, I got a bump on my leg.
Really high pitched. I'm talking
He's
Judge
not
Judy
bad there
from the
now.
scene of Who Framed Roger Rabbit high pitched. Then he extends one hand to shake mine. Without thinking much, I shake it. But there's one.
Cut me on down there, look. Just right on
The
down.
rest of the
Cut
hand
down there, too.
stumpy flesh.
I'll show you.
One of the kids gets out of the
Oh my God, look at my belly.
Also missing fingers. He says,
Look.
"Daddy, can I get a drink?" Dennis
Look at my
turns
gut.
around and screams
It's
in a
gone.
savage
Like-
voice, "Get back in the damn car and
Holy
don't get out
crap.
of here." I'm in fucking shock. So I take
She's
the guy
sinking in, buddy, and I'm getting heavy up here.
Tell him where
Like,
the emergency stuff is.
holy moly.
Shut him into our walk.
That's awesome.
This guy smells.
I likes my results.
I mean, he
Anyways.
breaks of sweat,
Ugh.
fresh diarrhea. The whole time he's asking me straight.
Yeah,
questions
cup
like,
yourself up
"Do
there.
you have a crush on anyone?" that
Yourself
works here?
down there.
Or can
Cup
I
yourself
come to this
there,
party?"
there.
He
And
finally
right on
agrees
down
and
here.
standing in the office trying to make small talk with me for about 15 minutes after the tour. On his way out, he
Yep.
said, "We're going to be good friends, even if you don't think so." I went home about 2 hours later and stood in the shower for a good solid hour, washing myself, trying to get the image of that guy out of my head. I called my captain and asked him to reassign me someplace else. Never had to see him again.
You
But it's
message
been
me.
more than 10 years.
Who's the message?
Dennis still bothers me. The 10th Floor by Dr. C. Read by Shivers.
I used to work second shift at a hospital. 3
Okay,
p.m.
somebody's-
4 a.m.
Somebody
One
is
thing I've
getting
learned
jealous.
in the
No
If you
need
ask
getting
them if
jealous.
the hospital's haunted, there's an extremely high chance they'll say yes and tell you stories.
Why
Well, it was
why
extremely
is she
slow.
sending you
We sat
all
around
of
and
the
told stories.
videos and pictures?
My shift ended.
Tell her to stop it.
I was the only
Now.
person who left at that time, so I got in the
Okay.
elevator by myself. The
Well,
important note here is we were
don't
working
stop
on the
sending
ninth
me
floor,
videos and
and
pictures.
on many occasions got up the
I'm
stairs
gonna tell her right now.
to watch the life flight helicopter take off from the ground.
Uh,
I'm
she's
getting
only a
in the elevator to
friend.
leave, and I pushed the button to the parking garage.
There's no
Doors
connection
closed,
between
and I'm
us.
relaxing and leaning against the back
So
wall,
don't worry.
thinking about all those
And
ghost
the
stories I told.
whatever
I
happened
looked
is
up
in
at
the
display
past.
to watch the
So
progress, and I
she's
see the
only a
air
friend.
glowing.
That's it.
That's impossible.
We has nothing to do with each other.
I'm on
So
the top
don't worry
floor.
about it.
I watch fully.
I'll tell
sticking the
you
arrow to
more
switch
tomorrow.
directions.
I don't want to say
And the
nothing
car
else on
starts
live,
moving
okay?
up. My eyes are wide
But
open right now. This should be physically impossible. There is no 10th floor in this hospital.
women,
Barely
boys,
showing
so
this
they get
elevator
some
is
fucking
making me
jealous.
hell right now.
Holy
The
shit.
car slowly stops and the doors open. It's a blank, unmarked hallway. It's really
Women get
dark.
some jealous,
Only beaming
buddy.
from the
Holy
elevator
fuck.
lights and the single
I'm telling ya.
at the end of the hall.
When you think like they're not online, like they're watching every fucking word you're doing, and they're watching every action you're doing, and listening to every word you're saying. And I watch women, buddy, my son, I'm telling you. When you think they're not watching you, boy, son, they're like a hawk. They're watching you.
I told my
Trust
story
me.
to a couple nurses the next night. Apparently,
I got a
it wasn't
woman
for
now
me,
being jealous because
and you're not supposed to be able to
somebody
do
else
this.
is sending me
Especially
videos and pictures. Like,
no one had
don't
an
stop
explanation
sending me
for why I
pictures
was
and
doing that,
videos.
other than someone
I loves
pushing
it.
the call button on that floor.
I had not take no worry about it.
Late night
Not
visitor.
that.
Submitted by Vanessa. This incident happened to my little brother when he was only about 6 or
Oh.
7.
Like sneeze
He's
coming
20
out.
now, and still tries to find a logical reason for this occurrence, and
So
lives in
wrong.
denial of it. My parents, however, recall this incident pretty vividly. They were home at the time. This room was the first one in the hallway, then the bathroom, and our bedrooms were at the very end. My 2 brothers
Oh
shared
my
one, and
God.
my sisters and I shared the other. Our parents always left the hallway light on for us in case we needed to go to the bathroom, so we wouldn't.
So bad, you know, when you gotta sneeze and you can't sneeze. Oh my
My
God.
youngest brother asked my father, "Dad, in the middle of the night, did you go and check on us?" My father asked why he was asking that. My brother told him,
Yeah, I know,
"Because the
right?
last
Don't
few
blow
nights,
up,
I
okay?
hear you knocking on Vanessa's door. And
I'm
I
sure
hear
she's
you
watching there now, but
and you close
me,
the
like
door
me and
back
Amanda
out.
said, like we're only friends.
I know it's you because you drag your feet on the carpet.
We're only like Amanda would agree with me on here now. She's on it.
Okay.
And if the other one is watching,
All right.
like seriously, me and Amanda, we got no connection to each other. Yes, we got like we got like friends. We're in the friend zone. That's the only way. That's the only way I want to keep it. But we're never gonna meet up again, and we're never gonna like hang out no more. But we're only friends on the internet. We're cyber buddies. We're cyber buddies. Cause she got her own boyfriend. Cause she told me before, like she got her own boyfriend, and I'm seeing someone now, and you know, like
my brother got out of bed to go talk to what he thought.
we're only
was
friends.
Dad. He opened his bedroom door and saw this figure walk into my parents' room. He followed curiously to see my dad.
No need getting jealous over. No need getting jealous, dear woman, over simple, stupid bullshit like that.
Covering the long mirror attached.
Yeah.
It was tall, but sort of crouched, with its legs.
If it keeps up, I'll be like, bye bye. One thing all the women knows about me, all the women knows about me, buddy, my son, me. I could drop your ass like
my brother
that.
instantly
I feel no sympathy about it either.
As he jumped into my parents' bed.
I've been so fucking heartbroken so many times.
But my brother told them.
I know it's sad but true, but I've been so heartbroken many times. I breaks up with women now before they breaks up with me. I don't give a fuck. That's just like I am, but I don't give a fuck about women no more. I just don't care. If you want to break up with me or don't talk to me, fine. Dig your own fucking grave and jump in it. Don't bother me.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Red Eye. Shiver.
I got no sympathy for like anybody like
So,
wants to break up with me.
11:30
I don't
And
give
then
a
making my
fuck.
nightly rounds, making sure all
Yeah.
doors are locked
I
before
put up with
start
it,
cleaning room.
and
The janitor
I made that vow to myself here about a month ago.
just goes to Jim.
1 month ago, I made a vow here to myself, by myself. I said, Jerry,
I won't lie.
enough of this stress and
It creeps me
worry
out
and
sometimes, working
enough of stress and worry and tearing me about this one and that one and worrying what she or he is doing and
I also
enough of
make
that
sure to
fucking
leave
shit.
all the lights on.
don't worry no more. I don't worry no more. Life is awesome, man. I feel more proud of myself. Honestly, I actually feel more proud of myself. I feel like I got like it feels like an elephant. It feels like a big elephant that stepped off my chest and walked away.
I shake my head and go to
Life is good. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Life is fucking good, man. I can do what I want. I can come and go. I can
He's pressed against the
do.
window, staring at me.
Oh man, it's awesome.
He's dressed in a hoodie and sweatpants. He looks to be
It's
hysterical.
awesome.
His eyes looked bloodshot,
Yeah.
as if he was exhausted.
Ugh.
Sorry, we are closed, I say nervously. I try to show that I'm not scared, but my heart is pounding a little.
Guys, who likes them Sour Patch Kids?
I left
Oh,
my gym shoes.
I take that's about 6 bags.
You will
I
have
got
to
gone
come
this
back
week.
tomorrow.
I bought some at Costco.
He stands there. He doesn't
Oh.
say anything.
Costco got the exact same bags, but in Costco, they got like the big old joint bag like that. That's the same bag. What I does, I takes a big bag and I pours them out in a small bag in this, and I takes it to work. Instead of taking the big old joint bag down to work, I takes a big bag and I pours Sour Patch Kids out in this one.
I, being a man myself, know that I'm a pretty strong guy.
You're good. I'm gonna have a couple now.
It honestly freaks me out. But I started cleaning again. As I keep telling myself, there is nothing to be scared of. I hear a loud bang come from the back of the gym. I feel my breath catch inside my throat. I hear it again, louder this time. I inhale deeply as I reach for my
Mm.
I slowly make my way to the back door. I hear a constant banging
Green.
as I go closer. Luckily, the back door is solid metal and sturdy.
Looks blue on the camera.
I know it's locked.
Weird, right?
Each bang.
Looks blue on the camera.
What makes it even creepier is, I swear I hear snarling. and howling. I put my hand on the door and hold my knife up with the other. Just
You
then,
got blue, green, red, yellow, and orange.
go away, or I will call the police. I
Mm.
managed to choke out. I can hear a man's laugh. They can't save you, he groans. I run away from the door as quickly as I can. to
Strange,
find
my buddy
myself.
Steve.
I lock myself into the room.
I can't say no last names, but
911.
my buddy Steve,
Just as
he
it starts
usually on
ringing, the power to the gym goes
he
off.
popped in.
I let out a huge gasp.
He popped in on the last YouTube
Maybe
live
they
video.
on the other line.
The guy I
He's
works
hurt.
with, oh my
Someone is trying to
God,
break into the
Steve,
gym.
he's
I
awesome.
hear glass shatter. I think he just broke in. Okay, sir.
E-Man,
Stay calm. Where are you located?
I got the power. E-Man.
I get down behind the desk next to me.
Mhm.
412 Southern Plaza, off Brook Road. I whisper. Okay, sir. Just stay in the line. Cops are on their way, she says assuringly. I start to reply when laughter comes from the other side of the door. I can smell you. You smell so scared, a rusky voice bellows. I gulp. Sweat is pouring down my forehead. Sir, are you there? The 911 operator asks. Yes, I whisper. The cops won't make it by the time I get through this door, the voice yells. Please, you can take anything you want. Just leave me alone, I yell, trying to sound non-frightened. I grip my knife close to me, and I look around for weapons in case I have to fight. You know, you're right. I think I will let this be a warning. When you least expect it, I will find you, and I will come for you. It could be at your house, in the quiet neighborhood, the place where you go to play cards every Friday, or here, where you're all alone every night, 6 days a week. I can't catch my breath as I realize this man must be stalking me. Who are you? I yell. The man
She's a
laughs
true blonde.
nervously.
No doubt about that.
You will see me in time. I hear footsteps getting fainter. Then I hear cops in the background. So I hung up the cell phone. I don't come out from under the desk until
I just think I plugged that in, man. That's
When
should
they
be
leave
dead.
me out,
Holy
the
crap.
windows are shattered.
I think only
I
15% battery.
And they take it all down. They
12:35.
suggest I wear alone and
Ooh.
always have a weapon on me. I proceeded to take it a step
I
further.
plugged that in.
I now have moved, switched jobs, and my weekly routine. I will take no chances.
Working After Hours by Shy Fox.
Look at my belly.
I work
Holy
for one
crap.
of Australia's biggest
I'm straight.
telco
Instead of like
and
that,
operational security
I'm
department.
straight.
The others, and then we work outside a special
Awesome.
restricted site since we handle very sensitive data. I have to drive through a security gate and have my pass vetted by one of the two guards. Then park in the nearly.
I feels awesome,
pass
man.
through 2 more
Holy
security doors
fuck, I feel
and get
good.
another guard before
I feel good.
Stairs.
And I know I would now.
Built in the 70s and 80s.
So good. So good.
They haven't been updated since.
Yeah.
Ancient air conditioning ducts spewing dust onto our heads, and the only lift is a cranky fire hazard that grumbles its way up and down the cables. Luckily, my
That
team
is
helped
German
us
vodka,
through it. It's
guys.
not too stressful to climb one flight of stairs.
It's a Bill Roberts. Woo.
Disturbing.
2 different kinds of German vodka.
Despite
After
the
that.
company's best efforts to be inclusive in its hiring practices.
Not next
There are few
week.
women in the building.
I got a lot of shitload of bills coming at me.
Recently
Hello, Kitty. Hey. I got a shitload of bills coming at me. And personal business coming at me now next week.
You have to pass through 2
But
lockable doors.
Maybe next month, July, I'll be buying this one again, and I'll be buying the other one.
Between them for a few seconds. The space is so small, you have to close one in order to open the other. And there are
But
no lines
look up,
in the
man.
space.
I think it's German or Russian. I think it's Russian vodka. And
On the day
Russia. That's Russia. That is a very, very famous vodka in Russia
working through it with my manager.
and Germany.
And a few other people.
There's a song that I place
I was
on
heading for winter,
the song that I place on YouTube,
and the sun had set by the time of the incident.
and she sold the exact same bottle.
So I
She sold the exact same bottle on YouTube. Yeah.
Needless to say, I was now alone.
Matter of fact, Mother Russia. That's the name of the
I checked
song.
my emails and spent some time cleaning up my inbox.
See if I can get it on this little
Unread
Tony,
emails piled
this
up
little
after
Tony
hours.
phone.
And it's always bugged me to have too many. Now, the 2 doors leading to the women's toilets had a very specific pair of squeaks. They both had matching laborious E sounds, always followed by a heavy clunk of a door hitting the frame too hard. And it surprised me to hear first one door and then the other grudgingly open and close.
Yeah, you too. See ya.
Through those doors even during daylight. But right then, I was pretty sure I was alone on the floor. And even then, surely I was the only woman. And I waited, breathless, for any
Mother
sign.
Russia.
I turned
Son.
my chair around and watched the outer door, clearly visible over the top of the cubicle walls, waiting for a repeat performance.
See?
It stayed mute and motionless, but I couldn't bring myself to either turn around and resume working or to get up and go investigate. I'm not an idiot after all.
Told ya.
While I was thus
I told you
I
so.
heard the
Oh, yes, I
distinct
told
feet
you
coming down the
so.
stairs from one of the upper floors. Assuming it was someone else going home, I ignored it, continuing to focus on the silent door. The footsteps on the stairs paused halfway down, and this time I spun around subtly to glance at whoever was standing there on the stairs, only to discover
Popular vodka
no one
in
was
Russia.
there. At this point, I
Stolichnaya
was ready
vodka.
to note the
According to
thought out
Culture
of it,
Trip,
when there was
Stoli
suddenly
is a
a
name
third
you might
sound.
recognize as it is
There was
probably
a
the
white
most famous
plastic
Russian
dining
vodka
wall
brand
in the middle of
abroad.
the building with a walkway
Ooh, that's
that
what I got.
approximately and I sit with that walkway to my direct left, and my back.
That's the most popular vodka in Russia.
I stared at the stairs, trying to logic my way through these impossibilities. Through the plaster walkway, I heard a distant whistling tune.
And that one,
It was so
what I got?
nice on the silent floor, but despite the cheerful sound, my blood chilled and I started shaking. The whistling got closer, heading for the gap in the plaster wall, and my heart hammered against my ribs. My mouth went dry, and tears
See?
flowed as whatever it was made its
same bottle what I got there.
The bathroom doors banged again behind me, first one, then the other. I stood with a startled yelp and knocked over my chair, turning to look at the loud doors. My legs were shaking, and my fingers were like ice as I stood in the middle of an empty floor and just waited. Even the smell of the place had changed. The sense of 30-year-old dust and layers of people were gone, and instead, it was replaced with a hard metallic tang of unidentifiable origin.
Ooh.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, the lights in my row flickered and took on that purplish demi-glow of sulky fluoros. The bathroom doors audibly smashed again, and I collapsed to the floor, skidding across the old carpeting to shelter under my
Hello, kitty.
clutching my face.
Hey, hello, kitty. Look, I still got it.
That distant
Right
whistle
there, right there.
and it
Oh,
looked like
yeah.
my phone started to ring. Something thundered up and down the stairs. Invisible feet.
Kid Boo and Goku Blue.
Started getting closer and closer. It remained cheery.
Yeah.
Unperturbed,
You're awesome
despite the
anime,
uncanny
man.
levels of noise from the stairs and the
Man,
echoing
dude,
noise
you
of
can
the
draw
bathroom.
like super
I held
good.
under my
Holy
desk as
shit.
the sinister, cheerful noise passed by. Whatever it was, stopped next to my desk.
Oh,
I held my breath. All of a sudden, the lights came back on. The darkness disappeared from the floor. The bathroom doors remained blissfully quiet, and the stairs were apparently unoccupied. It took me almost 10 minutes to brave crawling out from under the desk, and still shaky.
forgot to
I got
mix
in my chair and sat
fucking
down to
drink.
shut my computer
Yeah.
off. As my body slowly calmed down, I tried to rationalize what had happened. Wind creating the whistling noise, weird air pressure currents that made the doors bang, ancient wiring causing the lights to turn off. I packed up my laptop and headed downstairs cautiously, just in case. I said goodnight to the guard at the front desk, and he looked up from the poor quality CTV screens. With a
Who
puzzled
got the
smile.
birthday?
You guys are always up there working so late.
Who had for
Please you're the
birthday?
first one to leave tonight. Frowning.
Oh, I got
I
a
wandered
friend.
over and looked
Oh,
at the CTV screens and gasped, standing there, unmoving.
Oh, hear that?
Was a blurry
I
thing.
do. Oh, happy birthday, Amanda.
Automatically over to another view, and after 10 seconds or so, flicked back to
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
The guard
Happy
frowned,
birthday
obviously
to Amanda. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Hope you live to see 100.
Narrated by Blaze
God love ya.
Assisted living by CNA.
Yeah.
I've worked on plenty of night shifts and very few creepy experiences, but this, unfortunately, was one of the creepiest.
Oh, Dish, I'm only 42.
I provided
You're 46? Boy, God, I'm only young yet.
for them to remain at home.
I was like, you're already young.
Sometimes I have clients that live in assisted living facilities.
You're already 4 years older than
In the
me.
morning, I took care of a couple who were the wife had become a walking vegetable. after
You're only
2
4
back
years
struggles.
younger, 4 years older than me. That's nothing.
Anything without assistance.
I don't look at age.
One day,
I don't look at the age, man. The age is only a number.
because the husband had been hospitalized.
As long as you're 20 years and older. That's it.
And I'm told it's a warm
Yeah.
body case. I'd get paid just to be another warm body in the apartment.
I do.
Really weren't
A lot too. I like
I show
older
up for the
women.
shift, and everything's going pretty smoothly.
Older women got more
My client is
experience.
asleep. The facility is locked up.
And better fact, older women looks better looking too.
Around 11 p.m., I hear a knock on the door. I look through the peephole and see one of the nurses that I'm friendly
You got me on Facebook?
I open the door and we chat quietly in the hall for a bit before he leaves.
I got to ask you, you got me on Facebook? If you do, message me.
Because after midnight, things get weird. I just laugh it off and we go back to work.
I got my phone, I got that. I got nothing on that now.
I grab the keys.
That's
lock
my
the
old
door,
phone.
and take
I got my
third to the first floor.
laptop, what I'm doing there now.
Right as the little
Then I got my tablet. That's dead.
flickers on, and the elevator says,
Everything is dying.
"Mom." I brush it
Then
off.
I got, I got my new phone, $1,400 phone. I got that too. I just charged that
I
in.
feel my blood go cold. I walk quicker to the coffee pot. I tell myself to calm down and stop being a coward. It's all those horror movies.
Oh, hell no. I'm not no relationship. I'm just friends with a woman that, I'm just friends with a woman, and she started getting jealous because the other woman was sending me stuff.
It's my better judgment. I turn around.
I'm friends with a woman now that an ex-woman was sending me stuff, and she's getting jealous. Like,
I call out to them.
it's all fucked up.
Hello? The person turns around, and all I hear is their walker hitting the floor. It's an older woman.
When you're just friends, that means you're still single.
I didn't know anyone.
But friends don't mean that you're in a relationship.
The lighted kitchen area.
But I am looking for a serious relationship. I am looking for
You
one.
should really be going to bed. What if you fell? She walked closer to me, and once in the kitchen area, says, "Oh, you're right, darling. But I just enjoy the quiet of the night."
Someone said, "My God, Jerry, what's wrong with you? You're popular. You should have a lot of relationships.
Unsettled.
Like 42 years old, and they got their woman." Yeah.
Her face when smiling seemed so menacing. I grabbed my coffee and listened to the tap of her walker go towards the elevator. I heard her begin to talk to someone, but couldn't tell if she was still in the hall and going to the elevator.
I'll be at McDonald's around
She was
10 o'clock on the parking lot tomorrow morning.
Nerving, smiling face.
10 or 10:30, I'll be up on the parking lot. So
I walked to the other side of the building to take the.
if you want to come up for a coffee, I'll be sitting in my car. You can't miss my car. I got my big old joint. I got two big old joint stickers on my car, the Jerry Lynch Show.
From ceiling to floor. It's a very picturesque view.
Can't miss that. Excuse me.
Multiple white and gray blurry figures.
That's where I parks. I parks on the back.
Stopped dead in my tracks and felt my
I parks right.
This
This time I parked like,
must just be foggy.
almost like 3/4 way down to the back. I parked right next to a pole.
I somehow found a way to start.
I got one kid.
Again. I was stopped.
Well, she don't live with me.
Steps by the sound of keys being hit on the piano. Alarms started going off in my
Got one kid, but she don't live with me.
Time to freak out. Now is the time to run like hell back to my client and never work here again at night.
That's a long story. I'm not saying no private stuff here.
Elderly person sitting there. I felt a bit of relief and began to go down as he played a few more keys. I let out a sigh of relief as he looked up at me. His face was clearly covered in wrinkles and very gaunt, but his eyes were completely hollow and black. I felt my breath leave me and I was frozen. I couldn't comprehend anything.
Dan, hey
I was saying
Dan.
that it must be an illusion caused by lighting or something. But everything else in me kept screaming that this wasn't an
Dan
illusion.
Clark, I'll come up too, Jerry, and we'll go on a date.
Not even the bench made its usual creaking sound.
Dan, I only like women. I don't like men. I don't like men
Not hobbled,
in that
not
way.
walked, but ran.
I only take women out on a coffee date. I don't take men out on a coffee date. I'm sorry if I burst your bubble, but I don't work that
I
way.
ran to my client's apartment. By the time I had calmed down, I realized that I had lost my coffee along the way. My right
Cool.
ankle was sprained.
Maybe I might drop my
All I cared about was
Murray
that I was
Branch.
safe.
Do you work at Murray Branch tomorrow?
The rest of my shift, I was wide awake. I would occasionally hear footsteps in the hall or knocks on the door. Twice, I had gotten up to investigate through the peephole, but didn't find anything, and figured I shouldn't push my luck. I still do the same type of work, but I haven't gone back to that building since. I told the guy I was friendly with about it, and he said it was very common and was the reason why none of the caretakers went outside after a certain time.
Ooh, Big Murray Mondays. Oh my God. That's
Red
awesome.
Eye, Joey's Nightmares.
Attacked by a shadow
Dude,
by Miley's MD.
I don't go that way.
In August 2015, I was visiting my parents. My parents and I were talking.
Hell no. I don't go that way, but I got nothing against it. I got nothing against it. I like all lesbians. I like all gay men and stuff like that. I love everybody. All my true friends really knows me.
On
And
that subject, my mother
my
wishes
true,
that
really,
no
really true
information.
YouTube fans
That
knows I'm a
torture
really good
documentary.
person, and
Do
I
you know
love
what
a
your
lot
people
of good people.
Now, that particular cousin is on my father's side of the family, and we don't really keep in touch that much.
Yeah, I love
So
a lot of good
answered,
people,
"No,
guys.
of course not. Well, we just moved into a new place, and her daughter was having trouble sleeping. She kept seeing something of a shadow coming out of the wall. At this
Yeah,
point, I
that's do you
started
believe it?
getting goosebumps, not really knowing why. I'm agnostic. I love reading about mythology. I love visiting places that have mythological significance. However, I couldn't remember experiencing something paranormal or really creepy that can't be explained. My mother continued, "Did you know they got a psychic over there? They removed the drapes where the shadow kept reoccurring, and now it's quiet." My feeling of discomfort kept increasing, even though I have less faith in psychics than I have in winning the lottery. I wish I had done that. It took me years for
Yeah.
this happened to you. Now, at this point, my hair was standing on end. I remembered that exact thing that she was talking about. However, I hadn't thought
Well,
about it
that's
for
some
years.
people, you know,
I couldn't
control
remember it.
it
But
like
now that
this.
I can, I don't know why not. I remembered the
Oh
real
my
pressing
God.
feeling of something watching. It gave me chills. I asked what we did about it. Well, we changed the drapes and moved you to another room. Then it stopped. However, I moved back to the same room when I was 12. Indeed, I never had a problem again, so I thought I'd forget about it. The dreams I've been having afterward have been messed up, so a friend and I planned to just go out. We went to the pub and started talking after a few beers. He started, "So what's up? You look like crap." I told him about the nightmares that
Yeah,
started
that's
the
okay,
video
Dad.
and the story that started this.
I gotta
His
I'm
eyes
deleting
went
it,
wide.
not
He
removing it.
started, "Are you for real or are you just messing with me? I never told that story except to my girlfriend." "What story?" He told the exact same thing. A shadow oozing out of the wall at night, keeping him awake
That's
as
just
a
stupid
child.
youngsters
We
doing
started
fuck all
talking and
because
he
they got
told me
nothing,
about
they got no other
shadow
life
people.
of their own.
I started searching, and this is how I actually stumbled at the first stories of Darkness Prevails. Since the story, my dreams have been messed up, either drowning under a tidal wave or running from something. My personal favorites are waking up to someone standing over me with an expression of utter hate and dreaming about a white place Like the scene "We Need Lots of Guns" in
Speech,
The
yeah.
Matrix, where a shadow with fangs attacks me.
Take
stabs
those
me
so
in the
that
right
I don't
shoulder,
work. I
and
got
me
them
waking
blocked
up, bolting
and deleted.
upright, and a shoulder that hurts even 3 months
The only way
after
to get
that
back
dream.
on now is that low
I
lows.
visited the hospital with this shoulder, and nothing was wrong
Takes up a
except
big
decrease in mobility. I don't know what is happening, but I am starting to train myself for lucid dreaming. At least it helps me wake up when I want to. The dreams are finally decreasing with me learning more control.
You ever go to the
However,
Legion
From
and Bay
time to
Roberts? Oh,
time, there are
Lions
still
Club?
dreams happening where a shadow tries to
You talk
attack
with the
me.
Lions Club? No. Well, I was there once to my
Harris.
I was there once to my cousin's wedding. She had she never had her wedding there, but she had a party.
From disembodied
She had the
voices,
wedding, I think it's in,
levitating
her
items,
wedding was in Bay Roberts.
to full physical
Wait, no.
manifestations of family members.
Her wedding was in Sparrows Bay, Legion,
Or
and
they
she
were
had the
unopposed
party up to the Lions Club.
Here are some things that happened to my mother. But first, let me give you a little more information on my youngest sister's imaginary friends.
Oh, okay.
My little
So you're at the
sister
Lions
and I
Club
had three
6.
imaginary friends. Katie, who was a little blonde girl. I don't recall the name of the lady. All I remember is my sister
Excuse
saying she
me.
had a blue dress, and her hair was in a bun.
I'm not a big club
My
person.
third wasn't really a friend, I suppose.
I'm not a very big
She
club
called
person.
him the woodchucker.
I likes my own.
He
Like
was a very tall, heavyset man.
I got all that for free. I don't pay. Like, I got
She said he
very
was
big
bald
sponsors on my
and had
YouTube,
longer hair in the back
like,
of his head.
and that there I got it for free.
He was a very bad man.
So I don't go to a club and pay like
At the time,
$5,
his crazy
$6 for a
hair
fucking
wasn't happening.
drink when I can get it
Other than
here for
disembodied
free.
voices and the occasional
Screw
white
that.
figure.
And that
So,
goes
one of his
lager.
first offered friends,
You know, in St. John's
he said
back
one day
in,
was watching
I think it's
TV in our
back
living
in
room.
2021.
My sister was playing and
No,
talking with
I think
Katie
it's
when she
20,
suddenly looked over
2006 or 2007.
I said,
I think
"Okay,
there in George Street,
let her tickle me."
that was $6.99. Gold Lager's not cheap because it's gold in it, right?
This really strong tingling sensation in my armpits. It scared the shit out of me.
And it's
But I didn't react.
real gold flakes.
I wanted to ask my sister if she knew where Katie was tickling me. Before I could even ask, she looked at me. smiled,
Yeah,
and said,
I got a lot of sponsors on my
"Tickling your
YouTube.
armpits."
Oh,
I began to think, if Katie
a lot of
cared,
people donate, a lot of people sponsors, different ways you can sponsor.
my dad would work 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. So my mom would wake up to make him lunch and send him off. Then afterwards, fall back asleep. So she's laying in bed and she flung her arm to the other side and she hit someone.
My plan tomorrow
She brought her arm
is I'm
back
gonna
to her
sleep
side
in
when suddenly she
till
remembered how she
9:30.
had lunch that morning.
I'm gonna wake up 9:30, get a shower,
Than any of us kids.
get on the go around 10, 10:30.
So she rolled
Then I
up
go
the
up,
bed
sit
and
on
crawled out of
McDonald's
the
parking
room.
lot.
That's when she
till
started to
11:30.
the room.
Then I'm gonna boot her into the cabin because somebody's having cooked dinner into the cabin for me.
Fast forward a week.
My mom and dad,
Mother's asleep on the couch.
my mom is having cooked dinner.
Kitchen and living room have no
into the
walls
cabin.
separating each other. So she would leave the light on.
So I'm having cooked dinner into the cabin
Semi-lit.
more. Yeah, that's gonna be
It's about
good.
3 a.m.
So after that,
In the kitchen, opening her
after
fingers,
around 1,
thinking
1:30,
she
then
ignored
I'll be
her
going
efforts.
over Mad Rock.
But the rummaging continues.
Yeah.
Still half asleep,
Ooh.
she asks, "Who's there?"
So if you guys wanna beat me,
Then-
if you wanna beat me over to Mad Rock and Bay Roberts, I'll be over there between 1:30 and 2 o'clock.
Sitting by the fridge, holding it open.
1:30 to 2 o'clock, I'll be at Mad Rock and Bay Roberts. I'll be parked over there, and if I'm not in my car, I'm not very far away. I'm close by. I'm not very far away, so it's no trouble to find me. So that's my plans more. That's all my plans for the morning.
Let's just.
And if I hooks up with anybody and
Sleep that night.
anybody don't fuck around with me and they're actually serious, they want to meet me. They want to meet up with me over Mad Rock. Come on back to McDonald's and I'll buy you a coffee, fuck's sake. I'll even buy you a coffee or a tea if you like drinking tea. I don't give a shit.
In Virginia. I've lived in my
I don't mind doing that for a friend.
and
I'm
I've
going
been
doing that.
experiencing several different, unusual things. Most seem more like isolated.
I gotta laugh at people.
Others
Some
are
people
still
you
going
think's
on
like,
to this day.
Jesus, like he's buying me a coffee. What do he want? Like, I'm not like that. Honestly, I'll buy you a coffee, then no more to it than that. I sit there and I talk to you, my son. I talk to you for hours.
This never happened in the
Yeah,
year
that's just
2000.
the way I am.
Only the one my brother and I share.
Then you go on your way, and I'll go on my way. And whatever happens, happens. If we still talk to each other, we still talk to each other. That's a bonus. If we don't, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, it's not. That's my attitude about life. Right now, that's my attitude about
I
life.
got a powerful sensation that someone was watching me. And
And you know what? To be honest, that's a good attitude to have. Don't stress about it. Take one day at a time. Don't jump on everything on the first day or a week or a month or two. Don't move too quick in a relationship. That's what fucks everything up. Honestly,
The on switch was located on the
That's
boy's
what-
stomach, surrounded
like,
by toys.
that's what fucks everything up, man.
There was no way the switch would have turned itself on just by falling. And this was
That's what fucks up relationships.
Other things around me all out of nowhere from
People move too quick. People don't even get a chance to know each other, sure.
My brother was in college, and I had the bathroom to myself. That's when I began to see.
That's why a lot of relationships today's date, that's why a lot of relationships end, because they move too quick. They don't know nothing about each other. They moves in and they don't know, like he don't know what she did in her, like, did, or she don't know what he did, and like,
It must have been 2 or
Yeah.
3 in the morning.
yeah.
I jumped out of bed and ran to the bathroom. I had a nosebleed. This wasn't extremely uncommon for me, especially
Oh,
in dry
boy.
weather. So I quickly took care of it and was back in bed.
I think me, like, I'm not ashamed to say I got a reading and I got a writing problem.
To take a shower.
I got a reading and writing problem.
Again.
I'm not ashamed of it.
Also noticed a drop of dry blood that I forgot to
Like,
clean up.
If people want to judge me, if people want to judge me and don't hang around with me because of that, well, fuck you. Like, you can beat the weirdest kind of guy, and he could have a heart of gold. Yeah.
Something sitting.
And you can beat a guy with a six pack and all full of muscles and be the biggest kind of asshole or a jerk, you know, that you ever meet. That's the way life goes. Like, I don't know, like, that's the way life goes. Life is weird. Women goes after all,
Or a dream or something.
like, what I'm about to say is true. Very, very true. And I seen it with my own 2 eyes. I'm 42 years old, man. I seen a lot of fucking shit. Like, what I'm about to say is so true. A lot of women goes after assholes. Honestly, they think the shit don't stink. Oh, my son, they think the rainbows flies out of their fucking ass. And the nice guys can't get no women, and the nice guys get fucking shit on and cheated on.
There were dried foot and
Yeah.
handprints of a
But you
brown
know
man.
what? What I think's about all this in the end, about the nice guys being this, doing this, and doing that. I think the nice guys in the end, like myself, like with a lot of patience and a lot of waiting, like it will prevail. It will prevail, and eventually a right girl is going to come along and she's going to dig her nails in and she's going to realize what she's got and she's gonna say to herself, "My God, what the fuck is wrong with all the other bitches around here? Like, goddamn, he's a good man. He earns his own money. He cleans his own home. He got his own car. Like, goddamn, man. Like, he knows how to cook. He knows how to take care. He knows how to be romantic. Like, goddamn, man. Like, eventually I'm gonna be the right woman, and she's gonna see that, and she's gonna be like, ain't no one else getting you. I'm keeping you. Like, yeah.
Dead X by Vic Pryor.
But so
This
far,
story
all I
is
can
kind
be
of
is
long and
old
has two
whores.
parts, so be prepared.
All I can be is old whores.
A little bit
And
of
old, like,
backstory.
I don't know, like, all
My
that tracks is
boyfriend
like
and my
old
girlfriend who
old
committed
skanks.
suicide a few months
Honestly.
before we started dating.
I gotta get to know them for
Also,
a couple
my
weeks,
sister died a
and
week
then I
before
start
that
seeing
happened.
something wrong, and
Keep in
then
mind,
I'll be
my
going
memories
for
are
a
still
drive.
fuzzy on
My
those
biggest
nights.
turn off,
One night,
all
I
the
was up
women,
at almost
every
11,
woman I've
and I
ever
had
been with,
finally
they all
decided
say,
to
like,
sleep.
well,
But I
me and
wasn't
my
very
boyfriend, we
tired.
did this,
I had
or,
a test
oh,
the
look,
next day,
me and
so
my
I got a
boyfriend, we went to
midnight
this
sleep.
restaurant.
And
Like,
soon I felt as if I wasn't
I don't want to
alone.
know what you and your
Night
boyfriend
40.
did.
Every night I had
That's a
my TV
big
on,
turn
so
off for
that
me.
made me feel good.
That's something
And
you
I
would
slightly
never,
opened
ever,
my eyes a little bit
ever,
and
ever
noticed
hear
a
me
figure,
say.
short blonde hair, maybe a blue sweater with even
Yeah, well, you
designs,
better off stay
standing
where you're
right
at,
in
because I
front
don't
of
want to have
me.
nothing to do with something like
Considering I
you.
almost fell asleep, I
You
didn't
can go
think
around the
much of
block.
it.
You can
So
keep
I
going
closed
around the
my
block,
eyes
because I don't
again.
want to have nothing to do
But
with you.
not even seconds later, I
I'm sorry,
opened my
but
eyes and quickly turned on the lamp.
like I
I
said,
looked
that's
back
all
over
they
at the
attracts.
spot and they were gone.
I'll
No
still
signs
be a
of anyone
friend.
there. And I went back
I
to
will
sleep
still
a
be
few
a
hours
friend, but I
before
don't
I
want to
had
have
to
no
wake up.
relationships with you. Hell
Okay,
no.
this is the second time.
Not to
One
burst your
morning,
bubble
my
or
mom
be
went
mean.
off and
I'll
I
still
went
be
to
friends
clean
with
up.
you.
When I
That's
did, I
it.
noticed my friend texted
That's
me
all.
saying school
Friends,
was
but
canceled. Keep
I'll
in
still
mind,
be
I like to
friends,
stay up
but
late
I
as
don't want to
hell.
have
And
no
because of that, I
relationship, no
decided to go
contact
back to
with
sleep.
someone like
I slept a few more
someone
hours
like
until I woke
you
up maybe
or
a
any
week or
or all
later.
the other
It's
people.
still
No.
fuzzy, and I was still tired, so I tried to sleep again. When I shut my eyes, I started to notice
Yep.
it was very cold in my bedroom. And this was really weird considering my bedroom was so
But we
hot
can still be
now.
friends.
And this was really weird.
That's a good
considering
positive
my
way you
bedroom
can
was
look
so
at that,
hot, I
Amanda.
didn't have on pants. And then I noticed it wasn't only cold. It felt as if there were gusts of winds in my bedroom.
Hey,
I
Dan,
slightly
if you
opened
don't
my
see any good
eyes,
women that
and
you're
I
the
was
old
still
buddy,
half asleep.
that's not a
But
speech or
right in
anything
front
like
of me
that.
was a
Let them
figure.
know
It
I'm
looked like the one
looking,
from last
and
time.
I'm looking for a
Blonde
serious
hair,
relationship
blue
too. I'm not
sweater,
looking for like
everything.
one night
The
stand shit
disturbing
like
part was
that.
I remember my bedroom door not only being open, but the light was on. But there was nothing outside my door, just a bright yellow light.
I'm
And
not
the
looking
entity
for
was
one
running
night
toward me.
stands. I'm looking
Once
for
I
like
closed my eyes and opened them back up, my door was closed. My room was hot again, and I was alone. I have a theory it was my boyfriend's. If I
turn
saw
that
her
shit
eyes,
down.
though, I know it's her. Why? Because she had purple eyes. And if it were her, then I'm worried. Hell, I already am.
There you go. That's better. I got to turn down.
The Childhood Hauntings by Lauren.
Sweet, sweet voice.
My name is Lauren.
Amanda. Amanda just made me laugh. Squeak, squeak, voice.
The backyard was very large. You could fit at least 3 other houses in that backyard. Anyway,
Amanda, sir, I'm serious. I'm serious, sweetheart. Listen to me. We can still be friends. We can hang out. We can go around and hang out. But I don't want to have no relationship with you. I don't want to have like any sexual relationships with you. I don't want to have nothing to do like that. We can hang out. We can go for a coffee. Like, sure, I don't mind hanging around with you. Go for a coffee or You know yourself, like I'm a YouTuber, so
When I look back,
if anything happens or goes down, I'm going to be on YouTube.
it was an older woman.
And it's fine with me. If you don't want to be on video, well, it's fine with me. Just let me know and I'll keep you off video. Okay? I hope you're listening to me too. I hope you're listening and listening what I'm saying. If you don't want to be on video, it's okay with me. If you want to be on video, well, that's a bonus. Yeah, but we can hang out. We can, matter of fact, we can go over to Mad Rock. We could hook up and meet over to Mad Rock 1:30 or 2 o'clock and go for a hike around Mad Rock.
My brother, father, and I moved out of the house to our grandma's.
If you're up to it, that is. Yeah.
Both of our grandparents.
That's if you're up to it. Like, I know it's like, I hope there's not too much water because the path that I takes, you goes from where you park out on the end and you goes on up and goes to your right. Instead of going up to your left, you goes up to your right. Or what we might do, if you want to, I don't know, you might never meet me over there. But if you do, well, it's a bonus. If you don't, well, it's no big deal. Like, I'm after getting stood up that many times, I'm just fucking used to it. And if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. There's no loss off me. But maybe we can go up to the, what's the name, the big old gorge, they calls it. The big old the split in the rock up there. You ever been up there to the top of that? I like to take you up to the top of that and look down, man. Or when you throw down a rock, it sounds like a gun going off. Oh, honestly. When you go on top of that, there's a big old fence there. I did many, many YouTube videos. I got a lot of YouTube videos of me throwing rocks down that big old hole. And when you throw a rock down the hole like that, and it goes on down. The rock falls like probably 4 or 5 seconds before it hits the bottom. It's like 800 feet high. And when the rock, big solid rock like that, big as my hand, hits the ground, hits the bottom, it explodes. And it's in a big old canyon, right? There's a big canyon there, like a big cave. And you can hear the echo. Holy fuck, man. You can actually hear the echo. It goes right through. And it sounds like a big old gunshot going off. Yeah.
As I was putting away my clothes, I heard a soft creaking, almost like a door.
Guys, I gotta go pee again. I'll be right back. Once you break the seal, that's it. You pees all the time then. That's the worst thing about liquor. Oh.
I just assumed that draft, though I felt none, and caused the door to move slightly. I finished unpacking and headed downstairs. It was then that I noticed the door to the attic. It was right outside my room. I gently turned the handle and opened the door. As the door swung open, a blast of cold air hit me, and my room door slammed shut. Instantly, the hair on the back of my neck prickled, and I shut the door. It was the middle of July, and we were having a hot spell. Shouldn't the attic have been stiflingly hot? It wasn't. It was cool, as if there was an air conditioner set to high cool up there. I looked warily at my now closed bedroom door and decided to go downstairs. The rest of that evening was uneventful. We ordered pizza and relaxed by the pool in the backyard. Eventually, around midnight, we all headed to bed. As I climbed the stairs, I remembered the incident earlier and felt a little nervous heading to my room. But when I opened the door, nothing seemed strange. I crawled into bed, and to my surprise, I fell asleep rather quickly. Creaking woke me up at around 3 in the morning. It sounded like someone was slowly walking back and forth in the attic. I won't lie. I was terrified, but desperately tried to rationalize what I was hearing. Maybe it was just an animal. listened to the creaking as it continued. Finally, I threw the covers over my head and shut my eyes in an attempt to sleep, which I eventually did. I woke up the next morning, and the first thing I noticed was that my door was closed. I distinctly remember having left it open. I asked my mom if she had closed it when I got down for breakfast, and she just told me no. She then asked,
Yeah.
"What do you mean?"
Excuse me.
"Well, Nancy and I heard someone walking
Yep.
down the hall last
Yeah, I work for a living. You had a bit of info about
night."
me.
She shook my head and she shrugged.
You had a bit of info about me. I owns my own home.
Of course,
I owns my house.
denied that either of
I
us
owns everything that I owns.
the issue was dropped.
I got my own house. I got my man cave, my shed. I got my own car. I owns that. I owns my own bike.
I'd had enough of
I owns that.
and just wanted to relax.
I works for a living. I works at Forest Products and during Springer Spy on the main road. And what else? I've been down there for years. I got one little girl. I don't know how to read and write.
Followed by the sounds of footsteps.
I knows how to read enough to get me by because I got my
Why are
license.
you guys back so soon? Silence.
Yeah, I knows how to read enough to get by.
Into the main hallway that leads to
But in regards to that, like, I'm basically like good to hang around with, and you guys knows me a lot on live. Like when I'm drunk, it's like I am now, foolish. I'm as quiet as anything. You don't even know. Like you think I'm dead or something. Like if you're
I decided
like,
that my ears-
if you're hanging around me, I'm very, very quiet. Like I barely talks. But when I'm gone this, oh my son, you can't shut me up. When I'm on live, I like talking to people. But when I'm only hanging around with say one person, then like
Footsteps were on the stairs.
I barely talks.
I could hear them slowly creaking. as something
But like when I get to know you, the way I am when I get to know you, warms up to you. Oh, you can't shut me up. Talk, boy, son. All I does is talk. Holy fuck.
I threw my arms around her and cried.
Yeah.
I told her what had happened,
Yeah.
what I had heard.
Yes.
She didn't believe me.
Oh
She thought I had
my.
fallen asleep and dreamt of it. I refused to sleep in that room again, so Nancy said she would.
Oh, guess what I got? I got keys for them handcuffs. See them handcuffs up on the flag?
Nancy told my mom that she believed me.
I actually got
All night she heard
the
me
cops
shout,
actually expected them handcuffs. Those are legit police handcuffs.
I don't know what I
Honestly.
said in that house, but I know
Honest to God, those are legit police handcuffs. You will not break out of them. And they're heavy too. You could tell like they're legit. Like they're not like the plastic ones. They're like steel, real steel, and they're like the really heavy handcuffs. And I got the key. I actually got a police key for the handcuffs. Yeah, I got a police key for the handcuffs.
She loved to have any contact with spirits.
I'll show you. I'll show you the handcuffs.
She wanted to try to communicate with my
Friggin' heavy.
grandmother.
They're heavy because they're real.
She told me she had come into contact
Yeah.
with my grandfather. She was smiling and full of tears. I went downstairs in the middle of the living room floor.
Yeah.
And saw my
They
mom
swivels. Oh, that old shit.
with our fingers and began
Hear that? The fucking heavy, man. Oh shit! Almost knocked over me drink. Yeah, but you're listen to it. Goes up around right, and it goes here. Now, if I put them on, I gotta go out in the kitchen, get the key. But I'm not gonna put them on. And I gotta put them on, but you clicks them in. If I clicks that in there now, I gotta get a key to get it off. But, yeah. He, legit, really legit police handcuffs. Yeah.
As soon as I got that reply, I immediately started blessing the house. After about 2 hours of blessing, I finally did it.
You gotta take the chains on them.
I went to bed.
You're not breaking that.
I was woken up again 4 hours later.
Hell no. And I tried on YouTube Live. I actually tried pulling them, and I put my foot. I put my foot on it and tried hauling it up with 2 hands. Never budged. Never ever budged the chain. Never budged it. I tried like that with everything I had in me. I went like that, right, with 2 hands, and I tried to pull them apart. And buddy, I'm fucking strong. Holy shit! And I tried going like that, and buddy, oh my son, everything I had in me, every bit of strength, I put every bit of strength I had in me, and I turned blood red and everything, and I could not pull them apart. Yeah. You fucking heavy, buddy. Friggin' heavy.
The coin submitted by John. During the time of this story, we lived in a smaller city just south of Las Vegas called Henderson. We lived tucked inside a very quiet and boring suburban neighborhood that never really had a lot of action. It was me, my mother.
There's no way you can pick that. There's a certain way it says on YouTube. I'm looking at it there now. There's no way you can pick at it. But they say there's a certain way on YouTube that you can pick at it and you can get it. There's a certain way on YouTube that you can pick at this and you can get out of it.
When my grandmother died, my mom had her cremated, and her ashes were kept at the crematorium, I guess, because after cremation, my mom didn't come home with the ash urn until a few days after it happened. But she brought it home one night and put the urn on a cabinet in my grandma's room, which still had all her stuff in it, by the way. My grandmother's bedroom is the first floor bedroom with a bathroom attached. It stretches into the kitchen, so the bedroom door is right by the stairway. A series of strange shit happened out.
Well, just smack yourself in the face. I go like that. It's like, poof.
So we go downstairs and didn't even bother to look in my grandma's room because we were busy looking in the living room and dining room.
Ooh.
Finding nothing. We forgot about it and turned to the
Damn,
room upstairs.
that hurts.
We realized that the light was on in our grandma's room. The door was still shut. Immediately, we were freaked out. As my mom opened the door, we saw her old lamp thrown across the recliner chair next to the dresser. The lamp usually resided on.
No way.
We looked at each other, and I felt my face turn a pale white.
Well, that's why, because you're not getting out of them. Once they put you in that, hell no. You're not getting out of that.
Maybe a few weeks later, one night, I'm having a friend spend the night. We go to a movie, stay up around midnight.
You're not getting out of that. Not getting out of it without a key, that's for sure.
My grandma comes up, so of course I tell him about me and my mom.
Excuse me. Oh.
It was very weird, and eventually went to bed. Now, right after my grandma died, I was looking for spare money.
Guys, who remembers Pepsi cans used to be like this?
1898.
Remember Pepsi cans like that?
And had it on my nightstand and just kept it.
Right there, you get Pepsi cans like that.
When I was suddenly shot awake, when I heard something metallic fly.
That's what everybody's used to.
My
Pepsi cans like this. Or who remembers Pepsi cans like this?
Quickly went into rational and calm mode because we figured something simply
Made with real sugar.
We looked around and saw nothing around the table.
Unlike that old artificial shit.
This gave me a very eerie
Unlike that old artificial shit.
flipping the couch.
This stuff is made with real sugar.
Etc. But nothing.
I like keeping old retro foods, like the stuff you can't get no more, like like Lay's spicy crawfish flavored chips. Look at that. You can't get this in Canada nowhere.
With the soul, when I saw the coin there,
Look at that. Lay's.
we immediately
You guys ever see Lay's potato chips like that?
After a few weeks, the ashes were taken and emptied into the air. When the urn was gone, all this paranormal activity stopped, and nothing like it has happened before or since. I tried to debunk this again as a freak accident, but the speculation-
That's Korean. I get that off the internet. I'm gonna charge $100 for that bag of potato chips. And I'm sure any rich people out there, you know, collectible rich people like you guys are not gonna buy it. I know you're not. You guys will probably say, yeah, but I know you're not gonna buy that because you guys can't afford it. But a lot of people, you know, like to collect it. They'll buy it, but they probably never open it, right? Just to satisfy. They'll buy it. A lot of rich people, you put that on the Amazon or eBay or some other sites. I know what I'm talking about, but I can't pronounce it right offhand because I'm a little drunk right now. But you put that on the board, you put that on the right website, but you probably get $200 for that. Because some rich people now, they probably collect potato chip bags and like especially a full bag, not even open. You know, all I gotta do is go out and it costs us by the thickness and the weight. It'll cost me probably $10 to send that bag, but still I'll be in $200. So if I gotta spend 10 and I gain 200, well, I made $190. So $190 in my wallet that I never had. Well, goddamn, it's well worth it. It's well worth the $10 $10 shipping and handling. Yeah, put it in a big old, like great big giant bag, like you know, like the ones at the bubble wrap, so it don't pop and shit like that. Yeah, that's the only ones that's gonna buy shit like that. Oh, shit like that, like anybody, like you know, like rich and famous, and they like to collect rare novelty items and shit like that. Yeah, that's the ones who's gonna collect stuff like that. I was like that Pepsi can. Sure, do you know I got Pepsi cans with Michael Jackson on it? I swear to God, it's out of my shed. It's out of my shed. The reason why I kept it in my shed because it's aluminum. That's not gonna rust. That'll never rust because it's aluminum. Aluminum don't rust. I got Britney Spears. I got Britney Spears, a Pepsi can. I got Bob Marley. Honest to God, I got Bob Marley Pepsi can. I got this old-fashioned Pepsi can. I got an old-fashioned Pepsi can. I got Britney Spears Pepsi can. I got Michael Jackson Pepsi can. I got a Bob Marley Pepsi can. And I got old chips here. I got old chips here. And then I got a very, very ancient machine up there. I don't want to really fuck with it now, but maybe I should do a YouTube video about it. I got something up there that's worth a fortune. Matter of fact, if I got it up there, if I got it close, I got to check if I got it. I'll show you guys. I'll show you. I Googled it up on Amazon. This is worth almost $3,000 for this thing on Amazon.
It was a horrible situation because I just wanted to go home.
What just shows you?
I decided to-
And you can't even get this no more. This is like legit, like this is like legit. It comes in the original box and everything. I got the original box of it. It's unbelievable. You guys will be amazed when you see this. That's if I got it in the closet. If I haven't got it in the closet, well, I'll have to, go down the basement. I don't like going down. I don't like trying to go down the basement when I'm drunk because I love falling down the stairs, right? And I don't want to go falling down any stairs. I got to see if I got it right there in the closet. If I got it in the closet, well, just stick around. I'll show you guys.
In the same house occupied by my cousin's grandparents. Shockingly, his body was found in the same room that I saw that figure. The fire happened during the night while the man was sleeping. The house was obviously cleaned up and renovated, and Marla's grandparents bought it cheap, not long after it was fit for sale. They were completely oblivious to the house's past, or at least we think so. They had long since passed, and we never really got to ask them if they heard or seen anything. So, that's just one of my experiences. It's the one that affected me the most.
The Tattered Spectre by Lon Raymond. Ever since I was 6 years old, I've lived in Eastern Virginia, in a town called Williamsburg. It's just up the road from the original Jamestown settlement, and smack dab in between the state capital, Richmond, and the largest naval base in the world. Williamsburg is normally a major hotspot of tourist activity, but it's helped by the fact that Williamsburg is one of the oldest towns in the state, possibly in the country. It has a lot of the original buildings and architecture still intact, even after hundreds of years. Banking on this, the town's tourist industry is centered around an area known as Colonial Williamsburg, filled with lots of 18th century buildings, and people walking around dressed as if the American Revolution had only been won yesterday. It's actually very interesting. There are plenty of fun and mini histories that go with the buildings, in addition to the area's overall historical value. Now, as with many old places, Williamsburg has its fair share of ghost stories. Some buildings are said to have had literal skeletons in their closets, while some are the sites of brutal deaths. And over the decades, people have reported seeing various phantoms and spirits haunt the area. I don't know if the encounter I had was with a ghost or an entity, or if it had anything to do with the fact that I live in an area known for being haunted. But a few years back, I had an experience that boggled my mind.
I don't have. Must be down in the basement. But I did find something interesting.
Very convenient for a short evening walk.
What do you think is in there?
14 years old. And one evening, my sister and I went with my mom for a walk around I stopped in front of a neighbor's house. My mom and sister walked ahead of me.
Yeah.
The past several years, one of our cats, named Brutus, had been
Look at that kid, guys.
Even though we asked him not to, so he would come back. He was getting pretty old, and his health was
That's like a thing for taking off skin.
We did see
That
him
one is.
around the house.
That just fell out.
Past there, so he'd come out from their side yard and greet us with a friendly hug.
And look behind this. Watch.
I watched my sister and mom walk away for a few moments, and then I turned back to look and see if Brutus had come out.
Look at all that. He got like a bone saw.
I've always had a hard time thinking of how to describe what it
That's a churchy go kid.
was. It was very, very bright,
Yeah, like a bone saw and everything.
and it had lots of tangles and ragged extensions.
That's
running out
walking
of the small mouth.
sharp. Holy moly.
It looked almost like a shiny
That's like a razor blade right here, right?
Oh.
Oh,
Like the kind an old
Ooh.
doll might have worn. But whatever it was,
You take that and you go like that along your skin. And I suppose it like literally peel skin, just like peeling an orange. And that's like peeling skin.
And there was still a lot of light out, so it wasn't as if the darkness was playing tricks on my vision. And I must have been lost my gaze to look at my family.
Yeah.
At least half a dozen times. And every time I look back,
I have no clue what this is.
still hovering and moving in the same direction.
I'm guessing that's for doing
I
something.
didn't call out to my family, and I started to walk closer to the object. Something in the back of my mind. No, just leave it alone.
Being I got
For a solid
the
minute, I decided to keep walking in order to catch up with my mind.
I got that.
I walked slowly, looking back every few seconds.
Like
to see if there was
razor sharp.
Sure enough, it never disappeared. I kept looking back until we finally rounded a corner and I lost sight of the house. Since then, I've been on that same street many times. And
Tweezers.
and at every time of day. But never once have I seen that woman or anything remotely similar to it. There was no particularly
I got like a
bright
Dr. Scaffold.
experience. I know. But it definitely left me puzzled. Not entirely
I
sure.
don't know what half of this shit is for. I got that. I think it's a very, very pointy. Like,
if anyone has had a similar
Oh.
experience or seen a similar object, I'd be very interested to hear your story and see if they can shed any light on its mind.
I don't know what that's for, but it's like sandpaper. Oh crap! It's like sandpaper.
First in the school, my numbers. I was about 12 years old and going to school in London. And this happened
That?
about 3 years ago.
It's like
Me and my friends were all
a
into
shim or whatever.
Like scaring each other a lot. Some of them would talk about any paranormal experiences they had, but I hadn't experienced anything paranormal at the time. My friends also used to say that if you would say the word ghost,
And
on two big
like I said, any of you guys are doctors out there, you guys don't understand what all this is. That
I completely thought it was a joke.
I'm guessing that's like spring loaded, so it goes in like that
When my teacher asked me to go
and opens up or something. I don't know.
So, since I had to go past the stairs,
Then I got the other one here. It's like
I was all alone.
a different shape,
But I waited for something to happen.
and it's harder.
And just as I was about to start walking again, I saw a faint, dark figure through the window of the door. Although it was very hard to see, I knew it wasn't human. And the door then slammed open, and I saw a huge hollow figure standing there. Thinking about it now, it was only about 10 meters away from me. It had very long legs and looked like a stretched face. As soon as I could get a proper look at what it was.
That's
Many of my friends,
sorry,
a couple of them did believe me. I told the people who didn't believe me to go try it for themselves.
that's a bone saw.
Every other time they did do it, and they said that nothing happened. All I know is that every time I was alone, I would avoid those stairs.
All the rest stuff, I have no clue what this is. I got no clue what this is. Like honestly, it's like a scoop.
Blink by Ham Slam.
And
I'm tired of keeping quiet and having
this
a
one
great
here
time
is- ow,
figuring
shut
out
up.
What the fuck happened? A bit of history first, though. I was always an odd child, even as a baby. And I guess now
Just cut myself in that
I'm
fucking
odd
thing.
adult. I have had
That's like,
countless experiences and stories that have just become my everyday.
like a double
There
scoop.
is one thing that constantly sits in the back of my mind. I have exhausted every logical explanation I can think of or think of researching. The earliest I can remember of this strange thing happening is
Wow,
probably
that hurt. God damn it.
Although,
Anyways,
my family about it. They say that they
there's a lot more stuff there than that, but you guys get the hide here. There's a scaffolding kit for doing like, I'm guessing like doctor stuff.
places that I clearly could not have gotten into, or places where I wasn't let. But at 4 years old, I remembered that I would blink, feel like my body weighed nothing, like my mind and senses had been turned off, and then appear in some random place not too far away. I thought that everyone could do the same thing, and thought nothing of it, until I steadily got
Blood tastes weird. Like tastes like iron.
and suddenly be on top of the counter or in a cupboard. I'd get scared and start crying. Then I'd be
You stop bleeding anyway.
and explain how I was just in the other room or in the living room, and now suddenly I was.
I don't know why blood tastes like iron.
Without any knowledge.
Like I know what iron tastes like because when I was young, I used to suck on pennies, like old copper, like iron and copper. Like taste. That's what blood tastes like. Tastes weird.
The problem was because they thought I had did it on purpose, that I had deliberately disobeyed them. Not that
Watch
I
that
randomly
horrible taste out of my mouth with a bit of liquor.
I remember being so.
I remember taking a raw egg when I was younger, and somebody dared me to swallow a raw egg. Blech. That was nasty. Blech. Oh my God. That was fucking gross, man. I actually took a raw egg and broke it in shell. I put it in the cup. So anyways, it was pieces of shell in it, and I was going to drink it down like that. And actually, one of the guys was actually nice enough for me, to pick out the shells. And that's what he did. He actually picked out the shell. He's like, Jerry, stop. He's like, you're going to choke if you drink that. He's like, there's actually raw shell there. He's like, that can cut your throat to pieces or your insides. So I do actually got good people out there that cares about me. And that's very rare. That is very rare. And the people out there that actually cares about me, I can fit them all on that one hand, look. Four fingers and one thumb. I can fit them all on that one hand. The true friends that I got. And I haven't got very many true friends. Honestly, I haven't got very many true friends. But the really, really, really true friends I can actually tell all my deepest dark secrets about. And they will never ever say it on Facebook or YouTube and stuff like that, or to anybody else. Like they were coming back to someone else. Well, I got less than 5 people, less than this. I can fit it on a tree. I say, truth be known, very, very true. I got probably three people I could tell my deepest dark secrets to, and they will never say nothing at all. Yeah.
Third night of this, and he continuously
Yep.
for being a wet blanket, to put it nicely. As we're leaving the house via the
Oh boy.
him and my boyfriend walked in the small steps and landed gracefully.
I might put my purple contacts in tomorrow. I got purple contacts. And they are purple. Look at them.
His brother jumped and stayed behind.
I got 2 pairs. I got backup pair right here. Not even took a pack. Look at it. See him? Not even took out the pack.
Safely covered by a window about 3 feet down. I'm only 5 feet tall, so either of those falls would have been trouble for me.
Not even opened it. Not even opened it the plastic. Not even took out the tube. That turns my eyes really purple. My eyes is natural green. I got really, really, really green eyes. Honestly, my eyes, if you look at me close, my eyes is very green. And that's no contacts in now. I got no contacts. I don't need contacts for green eyes. I got natural green eyes, and they are bright green too. Bright green. This girl was on live earlier, Amanda Pike. She can tell you, my eyes is unbelievable bright green. If you look at me close up, holy moly. But I could change my eye color to purple because I got contacts here. I got 4 contacts. I can change my eyes to purple. And I freaks people out sometimes. I goes into St. John's. And before I go in, I park down on the back parking lot and I pop one in. I make one eye purple and the other my is natural green. And you see people staring and they're like, what the fuck? Like this guy's eye is purple. He got one purple eye and one green eye. And they think like the green is fake or the purple is real or the purple is fake or the green is real. And it fucks up your mind and people be here like, yeah, man, like people actually come back to me and like, which one is real? Like, it's unbelievable. People actually come up to me and actually ask me which one is real. Yeah. Oh, I'm starting to get tippy now. I'll have a couple more drinks and that's it. Last time I got tippy, I got up and I fell down on the floor. I couldn't even walk to the bathroom. I ended up pissing me clothes on live stream. Honestly, I ended up pissing me clothes and everything. Oh yeah. I was on live stream not last week. I think it was 3 weeks ago. I got so fucking drunk on live stream like this, like what I'm doing now. I couldn't even get up. When I got up, I fell down. The chair fell down. I got it all on live stream too. It's all on live. Yeah.
It's a glitch in the matrix, or perhaps
the glitch in the matrix. Yes, buddy.
Just for the sake of torment.
Oh yeah. What?
Ghosts on my street.
Time is it?
Wyatt H.
1:46 a.m. That's it.
I've had many experiences with the paranormal. Especially
Yeah, I'll have one more drink. One more. That's it.
It all started with my dad.
Holy fuck, I'll have to drink the rest of that 60 ounce. I almost got the rest of this Russian vodka gone.
A demon tried to grab him through a vent. And then, when he had me, my nursery was in what is now the back.
Ooh, that's a strong drink.
Until I was 2, somewhat paranormal things had happened. At 3 every morning, the witching hour, the TV in that room would go to static. It would be on full blast. Every time it happened, my dad went to go turn it off. But one time, he turned off the spot. I would always cry that a monster was eating my bed or trying to eat me. That back room was always very cold, and even now I refuse to go in there alone. And my friend was next door. When he's asleep, he feels something sit on the bed beside him. Often we see shadow figures cross the hall from his room to the spare room. In the spare room there is always cold. My uncle said,
Ow! That fucking hurt.
like someone was sitting on his chest. Our neighbors also have had experiences. One day I found out that a trailer across the street once caught fire. Apparently someone died. I can't
Holy
help but
fuck.
think the feeling that
That's not good here too. Ow.
is at work here.
Oh, oh my God. Can I hear anything of that?
Submitted by JoJo.
Ooh, all I hear is like a loud, very loud.
This took place during the 5 or
Like
7 years ago.
right now, I'm hearing like a loud ringing sound in my ear.
Neighborhood kids decided to play Manhunt. In the first game,
Ooh.
I was one of the seekers. So after time was up for the hiders, I ran to a close friend's home. Some
God damn, that hurt.
At the time,
Man, you little rubber thing like that. You little rubber thing like that.
there was an elderly couple who died there. This morning, it was a cold, windy night. I had played Manhunt many times, and I knew what it was. There wasn't anything to be afraid of anyway. At least, not until I saw it.
Chicken Smith, put it right to my ear and squeeze it.
My friend
Oh, chicken Smee to put it right to my ear and squeeze it.
Scared out of my mind. My heart is racing.
Right here.
It took a while for me to get over this experience. I was terrified to go by
I
the shed. and
squeeze
start playing
it.
the game.
Oh, that would hurt.
I'm pretty sure now, or at least I hope, that it was the spirit.
That would fucking hurt. Holy shit.
As a side story, my friend told me that once she woke up.
Who dares me to do
There
that?
was a rocking chair beside of her room that was rocking by itself.
That's allowed. If you guys goes up to a dollar store and you see him in the what's the name? Sure, that's fucking loud, man. That echoes all over the building.
Of course, though, you don't have to believe me.
Yeah.
Entitled to their
Yep.
own opinion. But this experience, like I said, scared me for the longest time. I don't think I've completely got over
Guys, who remembers Kit Kat Gold?
I get near that damn shit.
Do you remember? Who remembers buying Kit Kat Gold? Kit Kat Gold. Huh?
Target ghost story.
Like I said, I like the weird.
Scantron.
I like the weird and like
I have always
fame,
loved
like
shopping.
weird and exotic
Walmart is such a
foods.
huge chain,
Loves it.
and everyone goes there. No matter what I do, it seems like a fight just to get some bread or a gallon of
And I
milk.
got my
There are
earmuffs if I
and the
want.
aisles are so thin.
If I got YouTube fans staying over and I'm still up and they want to sleep, well,
Northwest Georgia,
I got my own I got my own earphones, you know, to talk to you guys and listening, or if I want to listen to some music and be quiet.
I miss the days where you could know everyone in the town and greet them by name as you pass by. Nowadays,
Excuse me. Oh,
Anyway, I've shopped at Walmart for years before I decided to try Target. I was just so tired of the customers and employees at Walmart, as well as the terrible layout of the store.
the most expensive phone I ever paid is the one that's on charge now. $1,467.
Well, this story took place about a year ago.
$1,467.
Off of an extra long
That's a lot of fucking money for a phone.
For a while.
A lot of money for a phone. Got 3 cameras on it.
It's odd to see any place like Target.
3 cameras.
Empty.
Then I got like
It was probably
this machine is awesome, man. I could take my phone. I don't have to turn on the flashlight. All I gotta do with my phone is shake it. Shake it twice, the flashlight comes on.
I heard something fall. Instinctively, I walked
Yeah.
backward to bring the aisle back into view.
I get out, I haven't got them in here, but out in my kitchen,
Had fallen from
on my phone, I could say,
I assumed.
Google, turn my lights up. Like, turn my lights up on 30%, and they'll go up 30%.
Ignoring.
And on my phone, I could actually say, Google, turn on Netflix. Google, turn on YouTube. Google, volume up, volume down. Like that. Google, go to NTV. Like, I don't even have to pick up a remote control. Just pick up my phone and ask Google to do everything. Eventually, which I hope they actually comes out with it. Eventually, I hope they comes out with a fucking robot that you can go and buy and cook your meals for you. That would be great. Google, I want eggs over easy and hash browns with bacon and maple syrup on top.
The broken bottle just took off. That did it.
I'll get it.
Finally starting
I'll be the first one to get it because I likes everything new. Oh, me, I don't know if any of you guys can relate. Like new technology, I fucking loves it, man. I likes everything new. That's just the way I am. I love new technology.
Shopping done at last. Or maybe I was still so sure that nothing weird was really happening.
I loves all new technology. Oh man.
With me for each remaining item on the list. Of course, most of the people that were actually at the store.
But phone. I gotta see my
By
phone.
most of the people, I mean literally the 3 other
83%.
shopping there that night.
It's on 83%.
Where the freezer lights go on and off.
What's this?
In front of them. At the end of the rather long aisle.
What do you think of
there was a
that?
man standing still on the right. He didn't seem to be going
Fuck,
anywhere.
right.
So I started scouting out the Cool Whip. But when I stepped forward, the lights in the freezers didn't come on. I didn't really notice it until I was halfway through, where the whip
See?
toppings were
Fingerprint. Did you get into it?
none of the freezer lights had come on, save for the light where the man
Watch.
was standing.
I put my finger right there. Watch. Without pushing anything. Watch.
There's just something up with the bulbs. I didn't really give it another thought. Not until I
See?
noticed the very first
That's
set of lights
Goku.
on both sides,
Ultra Instinct Goku.
in unison.
Any of you guys know me? I'm obsessed with Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball GT. Oh, man. Oh.
I walked ahead quickly until I was standing with my back.
Yeah,
right
I'm
behind
obsessed with anything with Dragon Ball. Man, I'm obsessed with it.
Sir, I almost whispered. I didn't really mean to say it, but I was very scared at that moment, and I needed to hear someone else's voice. Still, he didn't so much as flinch. He didn't turn. He didn't respond. He didn't do anything. Come to think of it, the lights to the freezer next to him shouldn't have stayed on. The whole situation was beyond weird. I pulled my basket back and decided to come up around him. I looked behind me first to see those two freezer lights still flickering simultaneously. When I was next to him, I still couldn't see his face. He was
Yeah.
turned toward the freezer, casting the side of his face in shadow. Keeping my eye on his face, I walked forward until I could finally see him completely. I was both bewildered.
Warm now.
I could see his lips
Whoa.
constantly, as if he was chanting or muttering something over and over as quickly as he could. And he was smiling, but he wasn't blinking. In fact, he still wasn't moving any other part of
Not
his
for
body.
sale. I'm gonna fix it up one day.
But no sound.
Yeah. This on Facebook is a lot of people I know is what. A lot of people is like this around the Bay Roberts, Carbonera, Evergreen Experience back. They rather let it rot before they fix it. And they'll always say this. Look, they'll always say this, no? And that's the way it ends up that's the way it ends up looking like. Not for sale. I'm gonna fix it up one day. Who the fuck is you gonna fix that up?
Apparently, none of them were open. There were no employees around to ask if I needed anything or to check me out. This only made me walk more
Yeah,
quickly.
you can't fix that up.
Now, at that point, I wasn't walking. I had begun running. I ran toward the exit. I stepped over the rubber mat at the door, waiting for the thing to open automatically, just as it always did. Nothing happened. I walked closer and finally tried to pry the damn thing open myself, but it didn't budge.
You all know
I
what
felt
to do.
tears falling from my face. I actually felt like my life was being threatened. If I didn't get out of that spot, I knew
Guys, I got something for you to think about. Holy
and when
fuck.
all the lights in the place went off, I screamed. Feeling teary-eyed, I could see the parked
I got something for you guys to think about. Maybe I should bring this up to the government.
Parked out there. I could not
Ooh,
see a single person. No movement.
yeah.
Where had everyone gone?
Maybe I should write the government.
The plaza.
I'm thinking about something, might wake the government.
Folks.
It might actually wake the government up, and give them a good idea. This is just what I'm thinking, because I don't mind saying it, because I don't think you guys will do this, but I actually got the mouth and I got the tongue to say the stuff that's on my mind. I'm not afraid to talk. But Monday, I'm thinking about calling in and saying, well, you guys, like those few people that's left that's afraid to get the vaccine, pay them money. Honestly, give them $200.
It was as if nothing had happened.
Those few people that's afraid to get the vaccine, give them $200 each. say right now, like we'll give you $200 for the remaining people who's left. We'll give you $200 right now for the vaccine, and the second dose will give you $400. But you know what'll happen there. I know what's going to happen about that. Everybody all got the vaccine right now. They're going to say, well, how come this never come out now when I got the vaccine? That's what will happen. Guaranteed. But the settle all arguments, all you got to do is say, look, okay, your second dose, like for the people that refuses the first dose, we get $200. We get $200. Like if you comes in, like gets a first dose of COVID shot, it's going to cost you $200. You get $200. For the ones who already got it, the second dose, if you get the second dose, you get $100. Ooh, $100, buddy. Better than nothing. That's $100, you know, like people on welfare and people on social assistance and, you know, people that's struggling to pay this and that. Well, $100 is better than $100 is something that you never had. That's why you can always look at it. Like me, I never had a shot. I never had no shot yet. But if the government come to me with $1,000, I'm not getting no shot. Fuck that. No way. I'm going to be one out of 999.9 of the population is not going to get it. Fuck that. I think the government is up to something because it's a global pandemic. Like they had a global pandemic of all this old stuff going around, the COVID going around, but within 8 months they found a cure. But the cancer and AIDS and dementia and so many more stuff, they can't find a cure for it. Like, am I the only one thinks there's something wrong up here? Am I the only one can see through this and see there's something fucked up about that? Like they can't find a cure for cancer, and they can't find a cure for AIDS and dementia, and other shit like that. But all of a sudden now, this global pandemic, the worst human race ever seen, killed millions of people. They found a cure for it. No, no way. I'm not getting it. One of these days, all the people is getting this old shit, and they're posting their old crap. Oh, congratulations! I got the shot. No shit like that. Maybe 5, maybe 7, 8 years in the future, there'll be millions of people dropping dead because what they got in their system. That's like that old Twin Rex. Sure, you take that, sure, that's good for 10 years in your body. 10 years. 10 years in your body, man. Twin Rex. And that's like the tetanus shot. Tetanus shot, same thing. It's good for 10 years in your body. Tetanus shot. But me getting that? No way. Nope. That's like everybody, like, I got other things for you guys just to think about. Remember the swine flu when that was on the go? Everybody was in a panic, and you see big old joint lineups at the Taylor building in Evergrease and the Hoffman's building up by Bigger by Pizza. And you see big old joint lineups, and everybody's waiting to get this and waiting to get that. No, I never got none of that either. And I'm still here. I survived 1999 when everything was going to crash, computers was going to crash and all that old shit. Then 2012, when boom, massive extinction, I survived all that. everybody said everything was going to blow up in 2012, and everybody building bunkers and drawing down the roads like fucking idiots with their speakers, prepare for the end and all shit like that. They even actually went on, they even went as far as going on TV and played all the songs. They thought everything was going to end. They played all the songs all day long, but 24 hours, thought it was going to end. And yeah, survived all that. They're going to survive the pandemic too. Yeah. Yeah.
It may have been the vibration from a
Yeah.
causing the windows to rattle. However, it wasn't the window.
All it is all panic. That's all it's wrong. People panic over nothing. And yes, like I know it's a pandemic, but goddamn, sure, all you gotta do is stay the fuck on with it. That's what I does. I goes up around Bay Roberts. That's as far as I goes, and I goes Costco. I always wears my gloves. I use the hand sanitizer repeatedly. And if I got to scratch my face or anything, I use my sleeve like that. I don't use my hand because I know my hand be touching the cart, be touching the materials that I'm picking up and I'm buying or I'm popping back. I don't go like this, like that. That's how I spread it when you go like that. Or goes like that, or on your lips in eating shit like that. Don't go like that. Don't go like this. If you're in a restaurant and if you're eating, if you got an itch, use your sleeve. Use your sleeve, because your sleeve is not actually, when you're going down to Walmart, if you're going out of Walmart, if you're going to Rossi's or Dominion Foodland or Powell's or Costco, anywhere, Avalon Mall, Village, if you're going anywhere, guys, please listen to me. I don't care if you take my advice, you do, congratulations. If you don't, well, sucks for you. Like, if you're going anywhere, you don't wear gloves and you touch a cart and you got an itch, from here up, don't touch it. Take your sleeve, take one, two, take your thumb and your finger, go like that, pull on there and go like that. All like that with your sleeve. That's all you got to do. Don't touch your hands. Don't use your hands and use that with your face. Never do that. Only do that when you get out in your car and you put a shitload of hand sanitizer on you. And don't go like just like this. You got to go like this. Get in between your fingers and then around your thumb and the back of your thumb and then the front of your thumb. And go like that. You got to go like that too. I same thing with the other one and go like that. And go like that. Same thing. And rub all around here, including up around your wrist too. Because germs can spread, right? Go all up around your wrist. You make sure your full hand is covered with hand sanitizer. That's why I'm healthy like I am, and that's why I don't catch nothing. Because I don't know the last time I had the flu, but God, the last time I had the stomach flu or a cough or any type of flu, it's been years. Honest to God, it's been so many years since I had anything. Holy moly. Yeah. Like I said, all this is common sense. That's all it is. How to survive in this world today with so many diseases and bullshit on the go. It's just common sense. You got to know. You got to know the ins and outs. And there got to be more people like me to educate people like you. There got to be more people, more honest and kind people like me to educate, like people like you, to understand where I'm coming from. And you're going to know the people that's really, like, you're really going to know the people that's honestly, like, listening and people that's true and more true about it, because that's the ones that's going to stay on live. The ones who's gonna stay like the ones who's popping in and popping out like that, that's just probably youngsters now. Gets bored very easily and don't want to listen to it.
All I heard was white noise.
But yeah,
Nobody picked up. Nobody spoke. I didn't even
Yep.
hear the rumble of an engine.
well, like I said, like that's what you got to do. You got to avoid touching your face with your hand. If you're going anywhere and you got an itch, you can scratch your nose with your sleeve. You can scratch your eyes with the top of your sleeve like that. And clean your mouth like that. Yeah, you can scratch your ears. You got itchy ear. You can go like that. Nose, eyes, chin, top of your head, behind your head, without using your hand. You could do all that. You could touch your entire head from your neck up without using your hands when you're shopping.
The mic stayed on longer this time.
Yeah.
I swear, at one point I could hear heavy breathing. I started to get
You don't need to go at. You don't need to be touching your face. That's the number one. That is the number one germ contractive place. If you're gonna catch anything, if you're in a highly controlled area, a high risk area with COVID, and you're shopping in that high risk area, and you're touching like your face, that's how it's controlled. Like man, like all you gotta do is educate yourself. Just Google it up. If I touch a can of drink, I go to a shop, a gas bar. I'm driving down the road and I get thirsty. I go to a gas bar, I get some gas, and I pick this up. I don't know how many people's after picking up that can. Like I could pick up that can, could be COVID on that can. And all of a sudden now it's like, oh my God, oh look, I got like my eyes is itchy. Or my nose is so itchy and you're picking up that. That's how you spread COVID. That's how you spread it. Then when you touches that can, then you got it on your hand, and when you touches it, say if I picks up that glass, then it's on the glass. Then someone else comes along, picks up the glass, and they got it, and they rubs their eyes, and they got it. That's how it's spread.
A slowly whispering voice coming from the night.
But
I ran back inside.
if you try to explain that to someone,
I had been standing right
you try to explain someone to that, like somebody like with low intelligence, my son is wasting your fucking time because it's like trying to explain the difference between the sun and the moon. It's totally different. Like it's totally different. But some people can't get it. Yeah. Like I know I'm not the smartest. I don't know how to read and write, but I got common sense. I knows my ins and outs about stuff, and I knows when I'm being made fun of and shit like that. I'm not totally stunned. Hell no. I knows when I'm being made fun of, and I knows when I'm being abused and shit like that. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I'm going to bed because I'm getting up. I don't know, probably 11 o'clock more. Go up and get a coffee because I got going to the cabin. I got dinner waiting for me 12 o'clock or 12:30. And 1:30 or 2 o'clock, I'll be over Mad Rock. 1:30 or 2 o'clock, guys. 1:30 or 2 o'clock, I'll be over to Mad Rock. So if you want to meet me over there, if I'm not over there 1:30, stick around for a half hour. I'll be over there at 2 o'clock. Or I might show up 1:15 in between. So, anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Smash that like button, guys. And love you all. Good night, everybody. Stay safe and take some Papadins.
I hadn't heard anybody knock or walk up, and I definitely hadn't seen anybody. So who the fuck just opened